Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for another Ocarina of Time Randomizer Season 5 Winners Bracket match. Today we have What the Hell Happened versus Narcotic. Today, and on commentary, we will have Ginger and Jax. On tracking, we will have Baby Shark and that person called Baseball, who is currently in the. There's Baseball in the commentary, or popping in, and is in the naughty box today. So take it away, restreamers or commentators.
Thank you, Cemetery. So, hello, Ginger.
Hi, Jax. How's it going?
Pretty good. It's a really nice Sunday, and there's a big game on today. And of course, this winner's bracket round 3. I'm surprised this was round 3.
Yeah, it says round 5, but I don't think we're that far yet.
Yeah, 3, 5, same thing. Against what the hell's happened in Narcotic.
Yeah, this match I saw it and I was just like, I've got to watch this one because what the hell's obviously needs no introduction. He's S4 champion, etc. But Narcotic is a player that I didn't really know much of last year, but I've seen quite a newer runner, but like really been impressed. So I think this is going to be a seriously hype match.
Yeah, and again, came in with a very high seeding as well, and I've played in some opens with Narcotic and has a very smart runner and very good at attacking seeds, so this should be a very interesting race. And as you can tell from their comparison, they've managed to go pretty close in the 9 race they've been in. They've mutually played in.
That's a really even split.
Very even split.
So, yeah, and their last race results are all pretty similar as well. You can't tell too much, I don't think, from average time because What the Hell's maybe just got a couple of slow ones and Narcotic maybe got a couple of jets. But the actual results themselves are fairly consistent, as you'd expect from 2 top runners. So, yeah, this is going to be really close, I think. But I mean, obviously, What the Hell's happened is What the Hell's. So, probably say he has the edge, but Narcotic is definitely one to watch, and this is going to be a great match.
Yes, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to turn out because, as we've seen so far, it's rando. Things can happen. So now let's get our first look at the actual layout of our items and stones. Looks like we have a child start, prelude, and a stone start.
Okay, well, Prelude's nice. I guess we've at least got that.
Yep.
So watch both spawns be Temple of Time and
Minute. Right? Or just like inside of the market. Just like negate the convenience. Well, it still is nice to have the convenient Prelude start. And the stone start, always interesting because one, you do have to finish 6 medallion dungeons, but also means that if you do have a Ocarina of Time come up, it is a little faster, theoretically.
In theory. Yeah, it all depends on the dungeon layout, really, doesn't it?
It depends on the dungeons, depends on when your items come up.
Which order you just choose to do things. It's so many ways to unpeel the onion of solving a seed. And these two will definitely try and find the fastest ways. I'm really interested to see what they did, how they, like you said, attack this seed.
Yeah, I'm wondering how fast we'll see a Prelude play, which will obviously depend on the spawn, but you could see a very fast Prelude play and medallion check and get started.
Absolutely. Yeah, we might have quite a lot of information quite early on in this one, in theory.
Yeah, so chat, you're on noticed. Can you please help us out with that? Because reading is always exciting.
Yeah, these two are not going to hang about for text boxes either.
Yeah, so we're starting in the treasure chest shop, 1 and 32. Also, do we say something about starting in the market?
Yep, that's one of the market spawns, so there's a Prelude a little bit less obviously effective.
Chuckle's getting in with the early prediction for Wednesday game. Hold on to that one we'll see if that comes back. I'm going to write that down right now.
Like, if this was a weekly and not a one-on-one race, I guarantee a few people would just, you know what, I'll just 1 in 32 it, just why not?
Yeah.
Have one
also,
go at
it. Yeah, just both going and grabbing that first skull, and I don't hate that. Again, one thing I have noticed in my is that 20 skulls can be very, very easily abandoned, and 20 skulls also opens up really quickly, so taking the moment to grab that skull that you're walking right past will get you there a little quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, and for what I've seen this season, sort of making sure you get to 20 skulls fairly early, and then if you do need to end up doing a skull seed, then you've already got a baseline, and if you don't, then you could just dispose of it at your convenience, so you don't have to waste too much time, because 20 is reasonable to get without getting dodgy ones. And it can come down to nothing, but it's worth doing just to cover yourself, I've found so far.
Precisely. But right now they're going to continue following each other's path, grabbing the skull, grabbing the money, grabbing the chickens, grabbing fire arrows.
Nice. Probably not going to use those, but
Spirit
there's a few
key
situations. Exactly. Yeah, where it could be.
I still need to design myself a spirit key logic emote for all I end up talking about it.
I always have that document open if I'm in Spirit Temple. It's the only way to get through it. We're going to find out what song we get nice and early. Is it something useful? Bolero.
Not as useful as a child, but still pretty helpful.
Well, that's good. So that's quite a lot of hiking avoided there between these two starting songs. Can't avoid hiking all the way to the silo though. That's just part of Long Ranch, unfortunately.
And you are not going to be able to do anything about that if you don't do it as a child.
Yep, it's now or never essentially because you're not coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is my worst spawn spot, like spawning at a silo.
That's
just
at least as a child, you don't have to walk out here and do it. Spawning in the silo as an adult is just must I? Really?
Oh, it's so bad, especially if you start with like Sarias or something. You don't actually have a warp song you can play. Then.
Ooh, looks like What the Hells is taking that and going straight adult, which is something that I might consider doing in this situation, but interesting.
I think Narcottic might do the same, but then it might be do some more market stuff if he's just save quit rather than.
You might be going to do a
prelude
slingshot minigame.
Yeah, just sort of get.
Yeah, time of day is room right away when you do. Yeah, okay. So yeah, other terrible spawn locations. Okay, wait a second. DC, Deku, Jabu, Water, Shadow, and Spirit. Okay.
DC, Deku, Jabu. That's nice.
Oh, I mean, it's some of my favorite dungeons are in the medallions there. The Stone Forest and Fire is going to be interesting.
Sons is dead.
Yeah.
Toilet's a smoky.
Oh, hey, free shield.
Hey,
Worth the
nice.
small divergence out to the slingshot minigame.
Team never need to buy a shield.
Well, yeah, that certainly is an item there on the top of the crater. Ooh, Requiem is that Bolero. Very nice.
Yeah, we also saw Goron City to Twinrova. So, hammer, bombs, hovers maybe somewhere.
Was I completely blanking, or did What the Hell's not check the Hintstones at Temple of Time?
I think he checked them on his way in there as a child. Or he just skipped them entirely.
Yeah, he didn't. Okay.
Storms.
Oh, storms. Interesting. Takes another one of our terrible options off of Ocarina of Time. I think that's probably the worst. Not the worst. It's one of the worst songs to get on Ocarina of Time.
Because it looks so much, potentially, so many checks can be behind it.
Ice Final is dead. Yeah, it can lock so many things in because it can just lock one item. It could just be your last location item. It could just be the last item you need. It could be locked behind the last item you need is in the well.
Yeah, I rolled myself a seed like that the other day, and it was, I did everything to avoid it, but eventually had to go do AD, because it was Iron Boots just sat.
Wow, that's a great spawn.
Oh, useful with
walking
Bolero.
into Kakariko from the graveyard.
That's pretty useful. Yeah, that's a nice location for getting to different areas quicker. Not too
Also,
much
there's
of
a bunch
hype
of
so
stuff
far.
you're going to end up having to come back to Kakariko for over and over and over again. Like, when you get a bow, you'll have to come back and do shooting gallery. Or if you come back and turn in your skulls.
Yeah,
You have a warps right there.
You get CL, you want to go get the song, you just warp straight there. lots of potential.
Lots of efficiencies there. That was really kind.
I take time saves wherever you can get them.
So you can spend them really into Wells. I can't talk. I am the home. My channel is the home of purely adequate Dompe races.
The stuff are purely adequate. Dompe's are tricky.
Purely adequate just means you have. Hey, as long as you get under a minute, you get both the items. You're fine.
I mean, that's totally fair. A good thing What the Hells isn't playing Bonk KO in these settings. This is easy street compared to that.
So I could practice Dompe, I could practice any one of the many other things I could practice that are costing more than, 10 seconds?
Yeah, but like, if you really optimized it, you could probably save like 10 seconds overall.
Strength upgrade.
Dompe worth it then today.
Yeah.
It's always nice.
Gets you a start on that medallion to Dongo's cavern. Ooh. And there is a silver scale, so if you perhaps wanted to head up Zora's River, which is a route I might even consider taking Zora's River up to go do Adult Lost Woods.
That's a good idea, actually, yeah.
Yeah, then you can cut through at the top of Zora's River, get all your hints, and all those items would then be totally in logic.
Yeah, because River can be a little bit of a pain to route in if you don't choose to literally go there. The
trade-off is you would be abandoning Frogs 1 for a while, but you do get those completely in logic items and a bunch of hints earlier. So it's a trade-off.
Both got their pulse as well, so that's a nice one to get if you're going to get it early. It can potentially open up quite a lot of areas.
Oof, I would rather wait to see opponent until after I have a few tools to deal with GTG.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, we can't really.
I always feel super nervous when I have strength is on Dompe. Yes, I always feel super nervous when I see a early opponent and think like, oh, do I have to go GTG for one item early on? And also, we have a dead Jabu.
That's right. Yeah, Jabu foolish.
Rest in peace.
No rank chest shenanigans today, then.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, we don't need to spend too long there. We can just once we finally get access, which
you can wait until you have the boomerang to walk into that fish. That was the look of, wait, that fire didn't hit me?
It was a surprise. Definitely surprise.
Surprise, confusion, acceptance, and moving on.
Narcottic was 2 seconds slower on Dompe, so...
Yeah, but that time was all the time he spent staring, surprised that he wasn't lit on fire.
Absolutely, yeah. He could have had the exact same time if he'd just carried on, rather than just wondering at flame hitboxes in a Zelda game. Which
imagine
in this game particularly
hitboxes.
In 64
yes, this could easily be
AD
AD for ZL or Nocturne, and we're just not going to think about it for now.
Always sensible.
On the other hand, right now we are a Kakiri sword off from Prelude, and we have a scale, so Jabu could be done without ZL. So we could even have ZL and Burning Cack if water is very odd.
50 is dead at least.
If D is dead, that's always great. Yeah, I think the definition of Oops AD is when you have to go into all the dungeons without any clear reason to. Not turn on AD is definitely a clear reason to.
Yeah, that's just a this is AD, and you've got Shadow. There's nothing you can do about it. I guess if the hint's really well hidden and like nobody finds it until like 2 hours, then perhaps. But usually you're going to find
I think at that point you've probably deduced it.
Yeah, you have enough information from other hints that you can work it out, hopefully.
Yeah, sorry for Skull Kid light arrows. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good for an Oops AD.
Yeah, that would definitely fit the definition of an Oops AD.
Sorry, Skull Kid light arrows. Narcotics went back child already. Without taking the dip into... Dinago's cavern.
I mean, that's a bit risky, because DC sometimes doesn't have anything, like every place, but if it does have something, it, I don't know, kind of comes in twos sometimes. And it's a fairly fast dungeon with quite a few checks you can get all the way up to the head and peek the rest. So
yeah,
it's a pretty big call to come back.
Potentially pushing that storms early.
Yeah, you could be right. Actually, it's like gonna go presumably Kiri and then Lost Woods loop.
Full clear Kakiri, head through Lost Woods. See what you have at that point, and if it's ZL and bombs through there, then you have a full clearable well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think both plays make sense. It's just I'd say DC is maybe the slightly safer option because there is sort of some easy checks quite fast. But at the moment, it's not really paying off for what the hell's this DC did.
Yeah, this really has not. This DC has been pretty barren. Mm-hmm. Although we can't have a foolish DC hint, so we've already seen our foolish dungeon for the day.
That's true. But it still might be barren. We're just not going to be hinted about it.
We just don't be told of that.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yep, nothing there either. Okay. So, going Child early then probably a slightly better option if we find something good in Kakiri Forest.
Like perhaps the Kakiri sword chest here? A slingshot.
Okay, well, I mean,
can go hit up to the target.
You're about to go to
if
Lost
this boulder
anyway,
ever lets him leave.
So... Not too bad place for a slingshot.
Yeah, that's very convenient.
Yeah, we're going to see as our
that'll let him actually go start making some inroads into Child Spirit, though.
Mm-hmm. That's actually pretty big. Yeah, because what the hell is going to do the first Lost Woods loop as an adult, it looks like.
Yeah.
So, as
Midas has a scam. Okay.
Not going to.
We're not surprised. Interesting to see not trying to open those without any explosives. If there was like even a single pack of shoes in there, that would be Dinago's cavern completable.
I saw a Midas house with 3 big chests in it once.
Was Crazy. Any of it actually useful?
One was a strength, and one was
chickens are hinted dead. Chickens say, I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, no chickens today. Sad. Link the Trollon. That was an OOT hint, but I didn't see what it was.
I look away to make a note and I miss it entirely. Serenade.
Okay. So, yeah, we're not AD for song today, then. Stone Fire and Stone Forest. Neither of those.
Don't worry, Afterlife, we get it.
And coming as a child isn't really going to get him anything so far. What the hell's already on 5 hearts?
What is that?
Pretty generous.
In the wall.
It didn't look like...
My immediate thought was bomb, but it can't be a bomb.
It is magic.
Magic!
Okay, well, with fire arrows. We've got something we can use with the magic. Not a spell, but...
We need a bow to shoot those fire arrows, it's
yeah,
true.
That's true. Yeah. When we do get a bow, then we can fire magic arrows. Fire darts. No, not quite as effective, you're just frozen metal. Just put Deku in front of them, and it'd be Deku darts, and they'd be like twice the damage, and they'd be really good. That seems to be a theme in this game.
Good thoughts, good thoughts. And we still only have the one path hint. Hopefully we'll see something of Narcotic when he comes down the top of the maze here.
Yep, should be 3 more hints here. But hopefully tell us a little bit more about what's going on with this seed.
Vanilla Sarias. So what the hell gets if he does a Mito skip here, he's gonna be in Logic. Hylia to Baronade.
Okay, so Boomerang, letter maybe? And Zelda Speedruns 4, welcome in.
Yeah. Welcome in, ZeldaSpeedRuns 4, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, we are about, we're at 18 minutes into this match and finding out a little bit of our layout of the seed at the moment. Cat Bongo.
Bongo.
That was, so far we've found Scale and Horse.
Yeah, I was trying to remember which song it was we got. It was the Horse.
So, definitely would want to be seeing Zora's River. And that does make all of that entire GTG area much more suspicious.
Seed's definitely sort of trying to hint at us to go out that way. Like it was this items this early on, but...
Yeah, until we see, say, Song of Time, and we have a hinted dead chickens. And hey, look at that! Convenient item.
What a place for a Kokiri sword. Very nice.
The scrub just like, so what if I just took that sword out of the chest there and sold it to you? Huh, that's interesting.
Sunsung at Minuet.
So, looking at so Deku Tree, the idea with Prelude could be what's holding us back from getting Zelda's Lullaby. Seems pretty likely at this point.
I think so. This is quite recently where I've seen like everything for... Oh, I played a seed and I had Kokiri Forest, which was Path to Goma, and it was like for a slingshot and a Kokiri sword.
That's amazing. And it's pretty much what we got, right? We got the slingshot and Kokiri sword chest, the Kokiri sword in the sail scrub by the bridge.
And 40 is officially dead as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did. It's quite amusing.
Yeah, Skullless, OOT-less. We'll see what we end up with out here, because it's turning interesting.
Bigorna's Lens.
Bigorna's Lens?
That's a bit sus.
Considering our early child spawn, eh? For the record, people who came in, the child spawn is inside of the treasure chest game.
if ever a seed wants you to just do a blind 1 in 32, why not? YOLO. Yeah. This seed is one.
Y'all just aren't being creative enough with thinking that we need to have 50 skulls and Ocarina of Time to have a bad seed.
I mean, that's true. It's just a false sense of security. There's plenty of bad seeds that don't involve collecting 50 skulls. But there's more bad seeds that do. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything with, especially Season 5.
It's in the slingshot chest.
Just a bit of love from Ogre, I think.
Bow.
Oh, hey, a bow.
Helpful. Hey, now between What the Hells and Narcotic, we have a fire source.
If only Fire Arrow was a thing, we just need Requiem. Yet Sam Narcotic can pew pew to his heart's content, almost.
Tenor and Magic is in the crater wall in DMC.
Yeah, Magic just sat there this seed.
Yeah, Magic is quite accessible. Narcotic seem pretty aggressive with skipping the small chests. There's one thing that I don't want to say it concerns me yet, but it's something that we keep an eye out for, because with skipping all these small chests, there is a distinct possibility that you're missing early explosives.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the only thing you're really looking for. You will likely still get enough up to like 6 or 7 for me to be comfortable, but like these guys could probably do it as 5 or 6 and probably feel comfortable doing everything that they would need to.
Mirror Shield, very nice. So that puts what does that put our Goron City Path of Twinrova? Hookshot could be strength, could be bombs, could be something weirder.
Yeah, if it's something weirder, then we've
CAC
picked
is
up a logic
not
string.
necessarily hovers. CAC can be the two things that are already in. We've already found in CAC that are already something to move with. So hovers or something or Din's Fire could be behind the scale or behind the horse. Actually, here's I'm gonna make a dumb call. Dumb call is that you're gonna have to use that scale. It's not a dumb call, but it'd be a fun call if that scale was needed to get a Vanilla Ruto's letter to get Nocturne out of Ice Cavern.
I always enjoy Vanilla Ruto's letter
because that would also do like Hylia to Baronade in the same. That would also satisfy like Hylia to Baronade.
Whenever it's a bottle in the sunken lake, I always enjoy it because runners always have to sort of stop and look at it. Is that Ruto's? Is it just a normal bottle?
Just stare at it very intently.
Yeah,
definitely
you can't
just
skip it and just go, oh, it's nothing. You have to actually look at it because it could be important.
Yeah, and as Narcotic leaves, What the Hells enters.
Yeah, the only real difference is the Narcotic coming back a child a bit sooner. Other than that, they're sort of following the route that the seed's given them. There's not too much.
Yeah, the only thing that What the Hells got out of the longer adult segment was hitting a couple extra skulls, hitting the shortcut switch into Dongo's Cavern, and what else? The magic. That's it. None of which is actually going to do him much good in this child segment.
No, nothing that you can actually use.
Oh, suns. That would suns will help quite a bit, actually.
That definitely saves some time of day, and
yeah, getting to warp out of doing a whole bunch of oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm like, this is the time of day when I need to apply more tea to be able to talk in full sentences. No, but it's definitely been helping with a lot of the resetting areas that have constant time of day to be able to get a little bit of a time advantage. So sun's warping is really helpful. And yes, I've refreshed the tea. Hopefully that will help a bit. And yes, I do really like seeing Narcotic going river here because that scale is suspicious to me. This early in the seed with no explosives in sight. Plus you have frogs. You can take care of frogs one while you're here.
Yeah, I think river's a great play.
Is that a bomb bag?
It's a bomb bag or a wallet?
It's definitely a bag.
Yeah. We'll find out when Narcotic comes back with the chicken.
Yeah.
Bombs.
It looks like a bomb bag to me, and that kind of vibes with the whole thought of like, okay, the scale goes to bombs, which is going to open up a lot of everything. So that's potentially what we're looking at for our path to Bongo, which have fun.
It's like, here's a really useful item, but here's a lack of information about where exactly.
It tells you absolutely, until we say hammer, it tells you absolutely nothing. That is the nice thing about having a hammer and a bomb path, because then you're able to distinguish between things that are explosive locked and things that are bomb locked. Because there is a difference.
Yeah, the hammer doesn't do everything, but it does a lot of things that bombs do.
For example, this region right here is not open to it with a hammer because child in standard rule set cannot use a hammer.
Which I guess makes sense because the hammer's probably as big as Link, but still, it'd be kind of cool to just wave a hammer about as child Link.
Pretty awesome.
And yeah,
what the hell's showing off that B1 skip does vex us all.
Yeah. I mean, it took me so long to learn it in the first place, and like even so, still can't always get it consistent.
Also, because you come to it so late in closed Deku Seeds, on average, you're not doing it early.
Usually,
you sometimes just do ground jumps, and then you're just like out of practice.
Because it is a very
open
specific...
Deku is just part of your first 5-6 minutes of the seed, and every single time. Lost Woods on the Path of Queen Goma. You don't say.
No.
What?
I wonder what that could be for. Surely not what the Deku Scrub stole from Kakiri Forest. And there's the other chicken's dead hint. So, confirmed, no chickens today. Well, not melons anyway. So nothing else on River really, but that bomb bag is huge.
Don't like that, Tara. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like having bombs. Bombs are great. Bombs are wonderful. I'm happy having bombs at all times. But I don't like that as a path hint to Bongo. Oh no! Oh no!
Ooh, saved it.
Okay, come on, you can recover it.
No, too short.
Oh! No, I don't think we're going to be chicken clipping at this rate.
No, I think it's...
It's a pretty long time commitment to chicken clip from here.
Yeah, and it just gets the ocarina out and decides, alright.
Yeah, I think you just have to bail on that thought.
Unfortunate, but at least it's got the bomb bag, so although there's no real information that helps him, it's time to just start blowing stuff up at random and see what we can find.
He's like suspicious? Damn it.
Exactly, the best advice the game's ever given.
Yes, and Chuckles, the Lost Woods to Goma will be our only Goma path hint 99.9% of the time because this is a 6 medallion seed. So odds, it's very unlikely that everything else has its path seed hints such that...
Frog.
it's not going to it will be picking things that are. It'll also pick that slingshot. This is very, very unlikely. I would probably expect to see a path to Morpha or a path to Morpha. Hey, listen, I'm just quoting the game. That's what it says when you pick up the bombs.
So now he's got the bombs. I imagine Narcotic's probably going to do DC at some point and actually be able to finish it.
Yeah, being able to go into DC and just finish it straight away will be very helpful.
It's not a useful medallion, but it is a medallion. And we know that the first half of it is dead, but that doesn't mean that there isn't anything hidden behind the dinosaur's head at the back.
Yeah, and there is the ZL.
ZL
and hello,
behind
Rando Brazil. Thank you for the raid. Come on in. We are just wrapping up our first dungeon where we just finished off Deku Tree on both sides, and we don't know what's going on with the rest of our path-ins. Well, Lost Wasagoma we know. That's just a Kakiri sword. Kairiko de Bongo could be a scale to get your first bomb bag, which, don't like that.
It's pretty bad if that is one. But is Narcotic going to put that save warp location to use as we were talking about? And got ZL. First thing you do, come back and go get another song. Hasn't got the magic though, so isn't going to be able to light the torches. Skullkid only stole a Deku shield today.
Yeah, this is a good point, Purple Rupees, about how Narcotic is going to route Child Lake given that you drop the chicken in the attempt to chicken clip. That does seem like one you may wish to prioritize given the Hylia to Baronade. You can actually, I think what would be ideal here is coming into Zora's River as what the Hells is doing, grabbing this bomb bag, grabbing a bean. You can do everything here except for shoot the sun. You can peek shoot the sun. Oh, and lab dive. I forget that's a thing sometimes.
Yeah, if there is anything on Child Lake and what the Hells decides to do that route from Domain, then that could be a big advantage because, like you're saying in chat, when's Narcotic actually gonna go back to Child Lake?
Yeah.
It's not as easy without Serenade as it's a long walk, basically.
Exactly. Oh, we do have a big chest behind a bomb locked item, and was that Valley Foolish?
Valley Foolish, and there's Iron Boots. So,
well, I have opinions about those, but they are logically required for water. Which is a medallion dungeon today, so I'm sure runners are not unhappy to see those because it does put everything into logic properly.
Again, it doesn't
I may have
do us too much
opinion
good
about that. Is that a lab dive?
Nice. There's Lost Woods to go.
Is this perhaps the 2 Twinrova we were looking for?
Just
bottle.
A bottle.
Our first bottle, but a bottle. Huh. If that's it, if. There's still all of Child's side to look at. If that's it. What does that mean? That could mean... It could mean a Paradox letter. Provided we're still too well short of a Paradox letter, but it could be a Paradox letter. It could be... We're out of skulls. It could also be that we have a big pose. I mean, that actually puts big pose on the table for Narcotic.
That's a good call, actually.
Big Goron is the lens of truth. Oh dear, you're right, Alfalfa. Big Goron is the lens of truth. That does, if you get your hands on 2 wallets, it could also be to get Lens Minigame. Oh, is Lens Minigame dead? Okay, then we don't have to worry about that. Great. Eyeball Frog and Bottom Shoe Bowling.
Yep. Yeah, he saw
honestly,
it and ignored it.
Honestly, they'd have once you have that
anyway.
bottle, the temptation to grab that and then go adult and do a frog warp might be there if you're gonna go like do your adult lake pickups after doing your child lake.
Yeah,
And then you can go straight to then you might be able to go straight to do Ice Cavern, which could be on the table. What's our options for ice right now? Song of Time or Nocturne? And Frog Warp is very fun. Child's shooting game was a shield, just a free shield. And considering you have both Epona, you have Epona's potentially the path to Bongo, and Bongo is just a thing you need to do in general. Ice does not have to be Nocturne. Ice can be Song of Time. It depends on the water key layout.
Yeah, we're quite some time away from knowing what the water key layout is. Nothing in Domain so far, apart from obviously we've got Zora still to unfreeze.
Well, technically Market isn't barren because Market does have the Eyeball Frog in it, even though the Eyeball Frog is not useful. That's a slingshot. Okay, that's not it. Listen, it has to happen occasionally. You have to have 3... When you do random things, sometimes vanilla things happen occasionally.
Mm.
Water key logic's relatively quote-unquote straightforward. Basically, there are the doors that are quote-unquote locked, you need 5 small keys to enter them. The doors that are unlocked, you do not need any keys to enter them.
Is that how keys work?
Well, it'd be like how keys work if you had, like, you know, your key ring with your house key and your office key and your car key, and you couldn't enter any one of them unless you had all the other keys on your key ring too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't enter my office key unless I also have my car key and my house key in my pocket.
Not child fishing. And no Starks, he isn't fighting Waff at the moment. He's actually come down here on a Waff hunt, but nothing in child.
Oh, remember to plant that bean. Plant the bean. Plant the bean. Neither's done Hot Rodder. Because I both got their bombs after leaving Lost Woods.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the top of the... It was at the Upper Zor River Heart piece, and both runners wanted to do a chicken clip. What the hell's... It succeeded, Narcotic failed the chicken clip. And so neither of them went back into Lost Woods to cut through to do Hot Rodder. But yes, I think that once you have your Zelda's Lullaby squared away, that's really there. That's really should be on your radar.
As you also suggested about 10 minutes ago, it looks like What the Hell's going to give us a first look at Child Spirit.
Yeah, just get this done while you can. You're going to want to see what the key layout is, and totally in logic.
Mm-hmm. Advantage of a nice early Requiem.
Honestly, Purple, I can barely do the Spirit Temple hand peek successfully on my own screen when my game is the size of this entire window. So no, I cannot tell about whether that was a large or a small chest.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Speaking of large chests, though.
Interesting.
What's the situation? Nothing is on the surface bad. The only thing that's weird is that we have a bomb, could potentially be a bomb's path to Bongo. Rockshock, thank you for the attempted advice here, but, like, you really, really overestimate my ability to observe things. Well, no keys on Shell. We'll see what this large chest is, because if this is important... Might see Narcottic putting that off for a while, particularly if there are no keys. Ah, it's just nice arrows.
Path to Bongo.
Yeah.
Led us to Child Spirit for the ice arrows.
Not sure how the bombs are supposed to get us there, but that's fine. No. Oh. Either that thing on the top actually is interesting, or What the Hells wants this for easy pathing in his adult section. I'm not sure.
Interesting. Maybe it's just like I've got a spare bean on planet.
And anyway. Also, Cemetery points out there is a wall out in Cax, so Paradox Letter intensifies. Yeah, I figure it's for routing. Definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense as long as you're passing through and having to plant beans and such, but I didn't get an incredible look at the thing on top of the crater, so... Okay, so the bombs are not anything interesting. The bombs are not important. Well, I mean, we need them. We need the bombs, but those aren't path to anything.
Nope, just need that bow to go get another pack, so...
Yep, it's not path for bombs. And the scale, if the scale's path for anything, it's not path to pick up those bombs. So revise that statement. Now that we have that new information.
So maybe it's for beans after all.
Could be for beans, which would be extremely interesting. Could be for horse. The horse is still there. As much as I hate the horse, it's still there.
Yeah, we've done no horse checks whatsoever. No, not even close.
We are going to see our first firelock check here. Nothing interesting, but it is a firelock check. Spirit of the thing.
It's something that Narcottic might be tempted if he goes there as a child to waste time by doing flame storage, and that's something What the Hell's knows.
I somehow doubt he'll be doing that.
I would imagine not, but
he will absolutely be picking up that magic soon. And yes, it could be on HBA. Opponent's song was in the windmill, so that was at the Song of Storm spot. Could be on HBA. I still have a curiosity about the particularly the big pose check, considering the combination of a bottle and an Epona. And the irons were in the bombable generic grotto in Lost Woods. And it depends on what you think about. Honestly, if you were really thinking hard on the GTG side of things. Oh, we're going ice, okay. Cool, we'll be nice in a minute. I can never keep track of who is a ice fan and who isn't.
And this is
there's some people who are very famously pro-ice, and there's some who are a little more conservative with it.
Mm-hmm. Ice status rushed. I think anywhere under an hour is usually a sort of rush. I mean, I had a seed once, I was watching a seed, and it was sort of, we got 2 blue fires bottles. The sort of seed was basically saying, you just go
Please
ice.
go to ice.
But there was nothing in ice, you didn't need to go to ice at all. So,
although,
like the beta
this setup that Narcotic is using appears to be a little slippery today.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a couple of goes so far.
Looks like the foot position's pretty good. I know, it's gone. Oh, yeah, it's true. It's unsurprising that being slippery in ice cavern.
What the hell's already up to 7 skulls? Don't know what Narcotic is on. I don't think it's as much.
Yeah, I think What the Hells has been a little more aggressive with skulls. Okay, now you got it. There you go.
Hey.
Yeah, that looks like it's probably faster if you nail it the first time, but that turnaround looks pretty tight. But we got it. We're over the fence. We're in Fountain. We're seeing some hints. We're finding out that you're not getting anything out of the back of Ice Cavern. At least you're opening up a 50 rupee chest at the end of Ice Cavern. Yeah. So that looks faster than other setups, but that does assume you hit it.
Mm-hmm. It's that risk reward.
Yeah.
Payoff.
That's definitely one of the tricks where, like, you can basically fingerprint a runner by their setup. There's so many variations.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a scape that was found really still quite recently, and so once people knew it could be done, then they found all sorts of ways to actually do it, which is really cool. Hey, some free shoes. Always nice.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have 2 bomb bags, but shoes can do things that normal bombs can't. Just nice to have in general.
Oh, thank you, Thunder. Appreciate it. We'll be seeing What the Hells get. So What the Hells has done Child Lake and prepared Child Lake, which is a path area, and Narcotic abandoned that. So if there is something essential in Adult Lake, which the Scarecrow Song and Bean that What the Hells has paired down there helps out, that's going to be a very, very big advantage. Narcotic missed the chicken clip into Zora's domain and decided, I think at that point, no, I'm burning time. I need to bail. I need to be adult. I've been here too long. And we'll see if basically spending a little more time on preparing in his child segment is going to help What the Hells here.
Yeah, once he got the chicken clip wrong, you could sort of see his thinking, and he just paused for like a second, and it's like, It's like I can't go all the way back down the river for a barren domain potentially. or whatever. And then yeah, was kind of forced to go back adult. And what the hell's showing us? But it is not for the volcano, but it is definitely for getting around DMC a lot faster.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Again, all these non-runners I see in chat saying this looks like an easy seed. It's like, you have not been betrayed. Yeah, you've not been betrayed enough times by a seed that doesn't have OT or high skulls.
You sweet, innocent people who haven't been betrayed by a randomizer yet.
Was that Fountain Foolish?
It was Zor or something.
It was Zor something, and it's not River.
Fountain, it looks like.
Awesome, yeah. Oh, yeah, and what the hell is on fire?
Is that?
Pour one out.
It's just a normal bottle in ice.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be very difficult for that to be Ruto's letter.
Yeah, I thought to myself that can't be Ruto's, so it's got to be just a normal bottle. Which, I mean, a second bottle is nice, but like not really needed. Narcotic, not bothered. Very nice.
Very smooth.
Very nice. Being able to get that in one go always feels good.
And very wisely going for the going for a ground jump here because the
gets the difficult glitchless jump setup.
That particular one is a very difficult glitchless jump setup. And oh, hello, ZeldaSpeedRuns 2. Thank you for coming in out of the. I think that was out of the match between Cola and Barrel. So yeah, so no spoilers there because I do want to go watch that one back myself.
Yeah, I'm going to do that after this as well.
Welcome in, everyone. In Forest Temple on the Path to Morpha, we are not.
Ooh.
So who's excited for some Stone Forest, everybody?
Hell yeah, let's go. Stone Forest with a long shot.
Starks is asking the real questions here in chat. Are Cola, E-Cola, and Imasoda the same person?
They always have a soda battle every time they're all together in a weekly.
Yeah.
E-Cola usually wins the soda battle, but I can't think of any other sort of.
Well, I mean, there's Fanta Tanked.
Yeah, Fanta is also soda related.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever seen them in the same room? In the same race room, maybe, but not in the same literal room.
That's a good point, actually. It's a conspiracy. They've just, like, alt accounts everywhere.
They're not actually alt accounts, but... Alright, we have... And yes, the Rush Ice plan was nothing else interesting except for the Nocturne, which we definitely need, because Nocturne and Ice, we need to get we need to go into Shadow Temple eventually. And let's see, what the hell's just flailing a bit to look for this peak, which looks pretty small.
Yeah, that's just a small chest.
So where to, Hells? This might be the play for Big Pose towards Lake.
I think so, yeah. Get some,
Narcotic will probably be heading towards DMC shortly, hopefully with one or two more hearts than he currently has.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to get around with sort of probably like 11 seconds. Whatever it exactly would be. Good thing of it is you could usually get some right beforehand in Dodongo's chain. King Dodongo.
Looks like we got ourselves another item here in...
Hey! Buy the Goron Tunic and get a Zora Tunic for free on the other side.
Alright, so let's see what we have on our layout. Looks like we're looking at a long shot in Forest, almost certainly.
This means we've got to find that first Hookshot somewhere.
Yeah, so forest almost certainly leads to... Forest is or leads to your... Is or leads to that Hookshot. Or long shot. Excuse me. Wait a second. Didn't we get a clearer view of what was at the bottom of the high-tech Rado than I did? Oh, Greg, okay. I saw shiny and bright green, and for a moment, I thought I saw a Big Po bottle. Sure, you'll jump in that direction, Epona, but not the one we wanted you to.
Epona is such a pain to ride. It shouldn't be this way.
It's an accurate horse. It's an accurate horse. It just does what it wants.
It's true. Worst horse in the game, yeah.
Looks like Narcotic may be following... No, turning around.
Thought about it, changed his mind.
Yeah, so we currently, the only thing we don't have... I don't have written down is a pin for Skull Mask.
Did we see a skull mask in? I think we've seen one. But we might not have. It might be Skull Kid.
Skull Mask is dead, okay. Wonderful, thank you. Like I said, this is the time of day when I'm like... The caffeine wears off, and I need to reapply the caffeine.
It's that slight down before the up again.
Precisely. So... Irons were in Lost Woods Bomb Grotto. Just like the bird on fire. It deserves it. We're gonna head into the well. Good idea. I like this.
Nothing on top of the lab. And yeah, it was definitely worth the tiny bit of magic to set that annoying thing on fire. It definitely deserves it for its constant backstabs of new and veteran players over the years.
That bird must die. Like, typically, you have to go out of your way to try and stop killing things, just try and avoid things. That bird must die.
Like, if you don't, you are going to lose time. Like, you just have to do it.
You will be thrown across the map by that bird.
Clotheslined like Hulk Hogan from a tiny bird. Just gets sent across the entire league. So yeah, this and Shoot the Sun, what we've got left apart from Lab Dive.
And there's Lab Dive as well, which would require a scale or a hook shot between our runners to start checking.
At least we've got one of those. We got half of one item that we need for that. And that is the 1 hour mark, and we're seeing a well play. Got everything we need.
Ooh, interesting. We have a pretty buried lake check here. Very interesting.
Okay, it's good information. You know what you need to know what you need to get now.
Yeah. Shoot the Sun is extremely interesting considering Shoot the Sun has not been checked, although considering the investment in time to walk out there, plus the fact that you can't get it.
And for no
not really, probably not worth the investment. You know what it is. You know it's either towards your boomerang or towards your widow's letter.
It's probably
you know that at some point you're going to have to get your Hookshot, and what the hells knows at this point that it's long shot in Forest Temple. Well, actually, what the hell doesn't know that yet? He won't know that until he checks Lost Woods Bomb Grottos.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that he had skipped all of that. Gonna find out that the frog is on Bumtree Bowling. Narcottic just decided, no, I'm not taking it. What the hell's has decided? He is also not going to take it.
This dog is interfering with his efforts to blow up lady.
Yeah, it's so annoying when the dog follows you in, because you can't do the consistent setup as easily, because it will usually just get in and body, and then it's like, now I've got to do it the old way.
Never existed. The bombing never happened. We're fine. It's fine. Never happened. So I guess we'll probably see what the hell's go through the bomb checks in Lost Woods, head into Goron City. He can full clear that. And that is 2 Twinrova with only a kind of questionable bottle, which neither of our runners checked, by the way.
That looks like a big chest behind the grate as well, in the well.
That doesn't surprise me. Or maybe it wasn't.
Or not. Maybe it was not.
Maybe it wasn't, or maybe it was and it wasn't intentional. We'll find out shortly, I suppose.
Nope. Nothing there. Got storms early, so of course well it's got nothing in it.
No, I think that might have been a big chest. May have been a big chest, Ginger.
I mean, it seems to be going back, so hopefully.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that might be a big chest. That looked like a flipped and fell on a hole.
Yeah, it made me second guess. Because it seemed like he was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going for that chest. And then it was like, oh, no, I'm just going to go check the underground.
Yeah, the lack of hookshot at this point is actually pretty interesting. Although, like, I would not be surprised that this is a hookshot. It's not. It's Goron Tunic. So that wallet only matters if we're looking at it being 2 wallets.
Hashtag team never buy tunic, I guess, for Narcotic today.
Just like, have more tunics. It looks like Narcotic will be following what the hell is into Goron City shortly.
Yeah, I think this is a sensible play right now.
Yeah.
Get this cleared as much as possible.
Early fire seems like a decent spot for Hookshot. Stone of Agony, that seems really helpful and definitely on the path to Twinrova.
All those grottos we can get to. We've had the bums for a while, but without the Stone of Agony, it's difficult. But now we can go hunting, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. It's not like the trick grottos without Stone of Agony is not, turned on for almost all settings. It's not that is definitely a thing that we have here.
I can imagine it not being turned on even in like beginner settings. It's just, why would you?
Imagine putting like one more weird item to screw up your logic while you're trying to think through it. Yeah, this is interesting. This is the last track in Goron City. If we're really looking at that bottle, I have a few questions, and they're all why didn't you check Big Pose?
Yeah, Big Po's looking really suspicious now. Hmm.
Yo!
Hey!
That is a very straightforward path to Twinrova, I think. So...
Yep, that will do it.
Just gotta represent a little bit.
Narcottic not getting it first time, so gonna have to spend a little bit more time.
Imagine looking at the trackers instead of the screens. It's trying to figure out what's going on. It's kind of a good, interesting question about whether you're talking tide or not.
I'd say I think What the Hell's routing has been a little bit more consistent. I think it's been a little bit more thorough, and still has maybe a slight advantage anyway so far. There hasn't been too much divergence either, particularly. So
yeah, the only real divergence is that What the Hells has checked everything that you can do in Lake so far. This doesn't hurt Narcotic. He's probably just going to be a mental thing. The one thing that Narcotic has is that he has done Ice Cavern, which we know is required.
Yep.
Now, it only got him the song, and we have no freaking clue where in Logic that is, so we don't know whether we're going to be dealing with a, hey, this is a French vanilla pair of double defense. But we don't know where in Logic that Bruno's letter is, so we don't know when we want to have that Nocturne. That Nocturne may not be important for a while. But yes, Cac Redead Grotto had our wallet.
Didn't on OGC.
Thoughts.
That would be interesting.
You know, it looks like What the Hell is going to be headed towards, well, we'll get the whole bunch of nothing and a Goron Tunic. You just route into Goron Tunic purchase, which is nice. I will not turn down a Goron Tunic. I think he should also be hitting up 10 Skulls here, at least.
Yeah, playing Sun Song. Looks like we're going to get our 10 Skulls check. Sun Song's a nice song to have. And a horrible one to have on AD in case it's for that one check. But it's nice to have for just quality of life.
Yes, to count for path has to be a randomized item or song, which means that the Scarecrow song, the beans, the actual trade items once you've begun the trade quest do not count for it being path. Burrito card isn't a path in Fortress. Again, unless they're shuffled, exactly. But items to access those areas can be required. Now, this isn't a thing for Scarecrow Song, because Scarecrow Song you can just walk up to both as adult and child. You may not want to, but you can. But for Beans, that can very much be a thing. Or for Garrido Training Grounds, very much can be a thing.
Narcotic's finally going to take their first visit to Lake after not being able to come here much earlier. As we know, it's just not going to find anything.
Yeah, right now our runners are crossing over.
Gonna get that beam planted for later. I'd still say what the hell's in the lead. I think the well itself isn't going to take too long because there's really not that many big chests in there.
Yeah, Pierre is quite the opposite of dead. Pierre has the boss key. Now, I don't know if you want the boss key.
Fingers crossed, we're never going to need it.
But he has it.
But should we need it, then we know we're not getting there till fairly late.
Yes, I told someone that my plans today were to go birding at the area that has had great horned owls, seen it recently, make soup, and commentate this. So, Superb Owls, Super Bowl, and the big game.
Season 5 is, for me, as hype as Super Bowl, and I love Super Bowl. But this match is easily, I've been looking forward to it.
This is an incredible match so far, and definitely something where, like, the lack of Hookshot is actually, it's always kind of, I don't want to say anxiety-inducing, but definitely concerning when you're like, okay, logic, I get it, my Hookshot's really deep, but where?
Give me some sort of clue, just anything, something I can even infer, but like just some piece of information. And the seed's like, no, not yet. Keep guessing.
Easy but dumb to just first check and fire, yeah. Honestly, the one thing that I would be wondering about right now would be the first couple of checks in GTG or horseback archery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, horseback
early
archery
GTG just scares me. I hate seeing early opponent for that reason. Like, I don't even care if opponent's in logic and I just don't have it yet. Don't tell me that. Just don't tell me I have the horse yet. Then I don't have to worry about it. There is a big chest in Child's Spirit. It's the ice arrows.
Yep.
I remember this because I actually have a spot on my personal tracker for ice arrows.
The memeiest of all the arrows.
Sometimes I let people bribe me to do ice arrow bongos, so I need to have a spot for it.
Everyone loves a good ice arrow bongo.
Everyone not actually logically required, but it is pretty entertaining, so.
It's like, I like to think it's the intended way.
So they would have put all that effort into making the cool animation if it wasn't intended, right?
Mm. And we never see it in rando races. You know, the only way to see it is to actually go make yourself seed and do it yourself. At this point, Nico, I think meme percent kind of counts being able to get it. Like, if you can see it, you could go get it. You just don't. But I guess there's, like, proper meme percent, like pure
meme and meme light.
Yeah, meme and meme light. Yeah, exactly. Diet meme.
Oh, the ship post half the calories.
I like it. It's a catchy tagline.
So are we gonna see a spirit dip here out of Narcotic?
Yeah, I'm gonna take that strength 2 and go have a look.
So only one. Well, you can peek the one chest in. You can peek one and grab another.
Hmm.
One of the things that, like, I definitely was thinking about pretty heavily when chest size matches contents came in as an option, that you have this option when you come into a place like Spirit without Hookshot. You can peek chests that you would otherwise be inaccessible to you. So although this chest here on the left with the Zelda's Lullaby, which I guess Narcotic is not going to peek.
I might do it on the way.
I might do it in a second. You can peek it and see if it is a big item or if it's key. And you can get your key logic straight, or if you see, for example, if it's an item that you need to come back for. Say, for example, if, I don't know.
Pretty high chance it's key. But we'll see what we
Odds are it's a key. Yeah, there's another key here. Let's say, for example, it was a big chest and it's Din's Fire. In some tangled way, our path works up, so that's Din's Fire. You'll know that it's a big chest and you should prioritize going back for it.
Narcotic isn't going to give us a peek.
He isn't, though, which is, again, I don't know if I like that, but we'll see how that works out.
Like, it takes, 10, 15 seconds to just check it and come back out again. And you might have to come back anyway. But, I mean, remembering that he is up against what the hell's probably making him think anything that I don't have to do, I'm gonna try and cut a few corners here and there if I can.
Yeah.
Sure, I can't argue against that strategy.
It's true. Just it's a level that I'd be wondering if you might be getting to false economies, like skipping stuff that you could have more efficiently peaked earlier.
Yeah,
that's always
the concern. Oh, that's nice. That'll save a bit of time. Frora's Wind with magic, actually usable. What's going on?
When does that happen? Oh, that'll also be really nice here, considering we're sitting in a Hookshotless set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not the bottle, at least not for Big Pose.
Yeah, Big Pose is just a recovery heart. It's a shame. No, nothing there. Nothing there.
I was thinking, TJ, about using the Furor's Wind. Since you don't have Hookshot, if you have to go down and back up, there's a lot of places you already have to use a save quit here, typically. GTG, I don't hate that. You can full clear it. It's out of logic, but you can full clear it.
Yeah, I think GTG, HBA, all the acronyms. I think we're going to see those from WTHH pretty shortly. Gets the jump correct. Good job, Opona. Thank you for not just randomly stopping.
Ooh, deep key. That's key number 5.
Yeah, basically.
Yes, Narcotic does have Furor's Wind. Just picked it up in the adult chest. The adult climb in Spirit.
Oh, big chest
here. A
hammer! Hammer in an invisible chest. Okay.
I'm just gonna make some faces at that. I don't want a hammer here.
Rush deep fire, says Purple Rufus. Oh god, no.
Just intensifies with that one, I'm afraid. I doubt it can be hammer chest hook shot. Let me think. It depends on what's in that first chest that Narcotic didn't peek.
Yeah, it would have been nice
if there's a small key there, then that is behind a hook shot. Oh, he's going for this. Bold. Watch. Oh my, you're actually going to see an intended version of this room, everyone. As we see HBA on... From What the Hells.
takes a nice easy 700 to start. Oh, missed one arrow. That's don't see that every day. Could have been finished by now, but still gets an
Typically, you
easy
see people
17
hookshot at
AE.
least halfway up this wall.
Even nicer with the long shot. Oh no!
I have to say they were rushing that. Golds. Oh,
strength.
huh? What?
3? On
Okay,
HPA.
okay. So our hookshot is our hookshot in OGC?
I'm sure someone in chat called that earlier.
I think Alfalfa said Din's Fire in OGC.
Yeah, might have been what it was.
But
Hookshot
I think
OGC,
that
would be
makes me think hookshot in OGC. Because the only part of kit we don't have for Spirit right now is a hookshot.
Mm.
Oh, this is mean. That's mean. So I think that What the Hells could confidently do a hookshot with GTG here.
Yeah, I mean, I hate doing hookshot with GTG, but What the Hells will have absolutely no problems.
Yeah.
Got with the Goron sword as well, so if these Stalfos play nicely, then it shouldn't take too long to get through this room, but they're not playing particularly nicely today.
Yeah. The majority of GTG is not in logic, this is true, except for this, I suppose. Hi, horse.
Alright, boot percent.
Did I say something about going to GTG? Apparently, it's... So, Kakariko, it's Epona to GTG, Bongo, to get your hovers, and those golds to go get your first hookshot.
Oh, that's stinky.
That's gross. Yeah, the OGC item locks your first hookshot. Disgusting. So yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that one. Yeah, Narcotic will probably reverse Wasteland, but yeah. If you're following that logic, everybody at home, fun stuff.
Yeah, it's starting to make a little bit more sense this seed, but this logic is interesting to say the least.
Well, this is actually pretty. This is hanging together logically quite nicely. I mean, we have the full kit for Twinrova, and we still don't have a satisfied Goron City. Therefore, it has to be for Hookshot. So the only thing that Golds will do for us to get to Hookshot is outside Gan's Castle. So we need to hike our butts over to outside Gan's Castle ferry pronto. So I think we're probably going to be seeing a OGC ferry very soon. Now.
Yeah,
Not
right
even
now,
bothering with Hookshot's GTG because he knows the Hookshot is behind this.
Yep.
Lights can still be in Light Trial, but that's just a bonus.
It's been so long since I've seen lights in Light Trial. Now we've played with these settings.
I had Light Trial the other day, actually.
Oh, really?
Yep, that was in my last group stage match in Challenge Cup.
Oof.
Right next to the Iron Boots.
Oh no, that's pretty mean.
Light on Lax is also really good. Still need to try playing a Pot Sandy Seed. That looks dumb and entertaining.
Yeah,
and we have Yeet and Rock. Let's see if it's a hookshot. Hold. Is it hookshot? Ooh! Much more interesting! Gold scale!
Lab dive then? I mean, we sort of already...
Lab dive!
If this is our way to
Lab dive! Wow!
If it's lab dive for like Hookshot, that'll be hilarious.
I mean, it has to be lab dive at this rate because
like you literally
this leads to. This is the only way you could have this lead to either.
Impossible to
we have another. Either we have another wallet out there somewhere in the wild, and it is a. We have another wallet somewhere out there in the wild, and this is actually a paradox letter situation. Or we're looking at it's lab dive, otherwise the Goron City path to Rova doesn't make any sense. And either of those things, both of those things lead to your first Hookshot.
The seed is literally forcing you to do it the vanilla way. There's no other way of doing it. You have to get gold scale.
And yes, the leftmost vest in your maze is dead. Paradox letter is when the King Zora has Rudo's letter. So when you pour blue fire onto the frozen King Zora, you're going to have a paradox. You receive Rudo's letter or something. You can also say, if you're going to be really like expansive definition of that, something leading to Rudo's letter. Lab Dive can absolutely have Rudo's letter for Nocturne, for Hook and Shadow, but we need Dins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, you're right. Lab Dive can have Rudo's letter for Nocturne, for Hook and Shadow.
The way the logic's been going on this seed, at this point, the amount of spaghetti that we've got, it would not surprise me.
Just show me another wallet at this point. Just show it to me. just make it worse. Just keep making this Hookshot path even worse. I mean, Hylia and a Baronade can still just be a Hookshot because everything is behind a freaking Hookshot. Oh my god, it's a wallet!
You asked for it, you got it. Why won't you just give us a Hookshot? Well, why do you do this to us?
Oh my gosh! This is so stupid. So, can we just go back to the beginning of the seed when we were talking about how there wasn't Ocarina of Time was Serenade, and it was 30 was dead, and 40 was dead, and 50 was dead, and everyone was saying, oh, this seed's boring, I hate it. The Baronade path is going to resolve probably because everything is frickin' behind Hookshot in some way. Like, right now, we are pretty tightly locked behind Hookshot to go further.
Yeah, it literally is a follow this chain of spaghetti logic to try and find this Hookshot somewhere.
So, and then everywhere behind Hookshot is going to end up being valid for Baronade items. It might be faster to farm money for the fire than do ice. However, at this point, they have an idea that you either have... But the song that's in ice is actually pretty valuable right now. So you're going to be having... It's either hard required or possibly required.
I mean,
so
at this
hard
point...
required Nocturne... It's a pretty good shot to get this is a hard required Nocturne anyway.
Yeah, it's 100% he's going to do ice.
Yeah.
Just do
you
it.
Still have to, you still have to walk back to unfreeze, but you're gonna have to... Basically, do you farm money or do you walk back? And walking back's a little faster. If you have
the most important
hovers
thing
and Bolero.
But while it isn't actually the owning
Thank you, Tannerin. Thank you, Tannerin. I appreciate that.
Nice. Yeah, the thing about the wallet is it's not the owning physically of the cash, it's the logic that it tells you. So just knowing that wallet is there means that, yeah, he could go buy blue fire, but...
Hookshot and Stonefire? No. No, because we know that this chain that What the Hells is on leads to Hookshot in some way. Because it's the only thing that we could potentially need for Spirit we don't currently hold in our hands right now. Yeah, that is a cool KZ skip setup. It does... I don't know if I'll try picking it up immediately, because it does look like it has a little bit of a ESS turns involved. Which, ESS turns not as intimidating as they sound. They just mean doing the minimum turn that you can do on the... that you can do in the game's coding, but... if you're having a day when you are tired or twitchy or cold, which is to say every day in my life, maybe not the easiest setup. There's a lot of setups that are, again, all of 5 seconds slower that are a little more consistent if you are not entirely consistent with your ESS turns.
Absolutely.
And here's some hovers for Narcotic. Yeah, no sanities for the standard S5 tournament. Yeah, this seat is beautiful. Why did you go back there, Narcotic? Was that looks like... Oh no, that's the face of a man who did not intend to hit that Furore's wind.
Like, this isn't where I want it to be. Did I not set it in GTG or something? What's going on?
I think Narcotic may just be a little bit tired today. Or a little bit intimidated.
I mean, it is close to midnight over in France, so...
Yeah. Not blaming him on either account. Oh no. That also means that Narcotic did not finish the entire fortress area.
Might be rectifying that pretty soon.
Yeah, I think he's seeing that's a problem, but oh no. Again, like, it's not deadly, but that's a time loss that you're not happy about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And yes, if you would like to see more rando, if you like more rando with your rando, definitely stay tuned for more Random Settings League. Also known as the thing I will never play competitively, but I think is fun as heck to play casually.
Oh, I love playing it casually, but no, I'm probably not going to ever do it competitively. But yeah, What the Hell's also won that last year. Won both in a sort of double victory. So What the Hell's also...
I need to learn some of these hover boots jumps in Ice Cavern. They look very good.
Yeah, the hover boot ones are so nice. Like, they're quite fun to do as well. Like, I really like that one. If I can pull off the backflip onto the tiny thing, I feel like, yeah, I'm really good at this game. And then I'll mess up this bit.
Also, in Before Artie, the question is, has anyone here never played Rando and just watches it? That's how I started.
Pretty much. Yeah.
All of us who play started by just watching a whole bunch. And then some of us start playing, and some of us just hang out. I definitely started playing, and some of us definitely didn't. But no, it's a totally okay to enjoy watching this because it's really interesting in its own way. There's a ton of randos I don't play and still watch because I think they're cool.
Mm. Oh yeah, totally. Like, I think randomizers have been great for so many old games, giving them such a lease of life. And this is my favourite randomizer, the one I enjoy playing the most, as well as watching. So
yeah, this is definitely my favorite to race. I think it's definitely has the biggest like logical complexity, which is why I like it. But I've also been playing Pokemon Randomizer recently because I don't have to think hard. Just hit things with a bird.
Pokemon Randomizer is my go-to chill out chill out game.
So, What the Hell is heading back towards King Zora, Nocturne in hand, Blue Fire in hand. We'll see if we're finally ending this stupid chain or if it goes further. This is...
I mean, at this point, it's gotta be, hasn't it? Like, I mean...
I don't know, maybe it goes further. I have no idea. I don't know what else it could be, though. I honestly don't know what else this could be.
We never thought we'd get this far, though, so I'm still waiting for the seeds to find the one thing that we all forgot about.
Like, the only thing I can think of is a true Paradox letter, and we just, like, miss somewhere we can get a Din's Fire. Like, Din's Fire on 20?
Well, yeah, it could be. Could be at this point.
And just have Cack for bongos, like, no, screw you, it's also the, it's also Din's.
On 20, yeah. That'd be quite.
It can be Dins, but Dins would still keep us at a dead end. I have the sense that this is probably going to give us some more options.
Something to let us at least get in forest, get a long shot, etc.
We know where Lens of Truth is. It's on Bikaron, and we know where the Eyeball Frog is. It's on Bombchi Bowling. Nocturne is still out of logic. What the? So, is anyone sure about that chess minigame thing?
Gotta be Lens, doesn't it?
So, Alfalfa Field said chess minigame was hinted dead. Did I misremember? Was that misread? It's freaking chess minigame. Beautiful.
Okay, so yeah, it has to be.
So chess minigame. Oh my gosh.
So
Everyone in chat, this is your fault. This is your fault.
I guess we're going back for the eyeball frog Bombchu Bowling.
Okay. Alright, so I have this written out that when we first spawned, Chuckles501 said LLRLL, so we'll see if that comes all the way through. Oh my god, is this seriously for Lens of Truth?
On Bigoron. Let's make it happen.
Yes, if there's anything wrong in the I'll just say in the race commentary, Trez posted, let me know if anything is going wrong, friends. Trez, I know what's going wrong. This is going wrong. This entire seed is going wrong.
What's going wrong is people's predictions about baby seeds and it's not even 50 skulls. What's the point?
Ocarina items is absolutely not allowed in standard. Absolutely not allowed in standard. We have some minor glitches allowed, but they are basically glitches that are allowed because the glitchless version is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. It's delightfully bad.
Absurd is a good word as well.
Absurd is right. So we have. Let me see if I can summarize what's going on with this nonsense. We had a Goron City Path to Twinrova, which is a strength upgrade. Normal, right? Right. It's not locking any other strengths. So we can get strength 3. The only thing we don't have for Spirit Temple is our Hookshot, which we still don't have, by the way. So our Hookshot is somehow behind OGC. We go to OGC. OGC has the gold scale. The gold scale. The gold scale, which is going to be our path to Baronade, has our second wallet for buying Blue Fire to unfreeze King Zora.
For a bundle of arrows.
For a bundle of arrows. Because Bikaron has Lens of Truth, and the Eyeball Frog is on Bombchi Bowling.
It's ludicrous. It really is.
This is... So, you could not plando this. This is awful. This is amazing. It's terrible.
It's the ultimate
non-skull,
non-AD.
Oh yeah, also made me note, the child spawn is inside of chess minigame. The game told you. The game told you. You just didn't listen.
Yeah, we're all joking. Oh, we're not going to need that. Oh,
we have El Cristobal too. Though it could be Resource Tunic if we didn't find it.
Yep, we know that Resource Tunics are definitely easily available.
Yep, lenses on Vigor because it's the eyeball frog, you need to have access to King Zora to be able to turn it in logically. Because if you screw up and have the eyeball frog expire, you need to do it. I don't think you go for 132. Like, you know how to do it. Rudo's Leather could be Hinta's path. I don't think it is. I think whatever the Lake Hylia to Baronade path is his wallet. I don't think you do 132.
No, I still think it's faster just to go and get your lens. Even if you just have one go at it, I'd still be like, that one go is still one go I could avoid if I just go now.
Hookshot can't be on 20 skulls if the logic makes any sense. Chickens was hinted as a blue ruby.
Mm-hmm.
And lens gain has to particularly be something leading to Hookshot because there's literally nothing else that is required for Spirit Temple that is not in our hands. I mean, if we didn't know where the eyeball frog was, we know exactly where it is. Like, both runners just left it.
But like, I'm sure we're not going to need that eyeball frog.
And frankly, it's probably best to leave it. Because you don't know if you're going to need it.
Mm-hmm.
So Narcotic now just gets to experience this entire emotional arc that we've gone through.
Yep, it's his turn to find out the truth about why this seed hates him.
Yes, Sexy Padre, that is the gold scale. You'll be seeing this momentarily. You'll see this entire thing develop once again on the right side. Just give it a moment.
Virgil, you might not be surprised to know it's a baseball seed.
Yeah, Tannerin could just be on 20, satisfies the Cactabongo. No, it cannot be on 20. Otherwise, the Goron City Twinrova would break. The Cactabongo is already satisfied by having the horse who hovers.
For the second time today, yeet.
And also the horse is also required to get strength 3. So you cannot make any progress towards that strength 3 nonsense until you get to across the bridge anyway, so yeah, why would you ever doubt baseball? Baseball made this.
I just love the gold gauntlets to gold scale.
Yeah, Nico, I'm definitely with you and like satisfied as something was pointing to, but the gold gauntlets really come in here because of the path to Rova cannot be satisfied with our 3 strength nonsense. Like, Din's Fire can be on 20. The Hookshot cannot.
Mm-hmm.
Although, what the hell is this going to be heading up here?
Also doing it the vanilla way, but getting it
nice and
correct
smooth.
First time. Little time saves here and there, all add up.
No, incoherent. You're absolutely incorrect. The Mersa and Twister part of Random.py does in fact have favorites. Like Python's random package does have favorites. This is well known. True.
Yep, pseudo-random is not necessarily random.
Yeah. If it's Rude's Letter and chess minigame, I'm down for that. But then because we have a foolish Jabu, we still need to find Inspire, which, again, if that's just in 20 skulls, done.
Yeah,
Happy with
nice.
that. Happy, done. Everything's great. No complaints. So, Narcotic, how are you going to feel about this emotional journey you're about to go on?
Same as we did, just 100 times more intense. think it's finally going to get that hookshot that's been hinted to there a whole time. You believe?
Yeah.
But no.
With Din's and Letter, yeah, you can absolutely see that anywhere right now, because I don't know what's going on with Baronade. We don't actually know what's going on with Baronade until we see that hookshot. Mm-hmm. This is Select Letter or Boomerang. Oh, this seed is garbage, VXR. It's amazing. Just watch what Narcotic is getting out of this triple path lab dive.
Not a hookshot, but a wallet. A second wallet, in fact. And this isn't even the end of it. The chain continues. Speaking of fire, though, this is a fire dip from Narcotic.
Yeah, you cannot logically complete Spirit Temple with that hookshot. Yeah, what the hell is this going for? You know what? I respect this, Narcotic. I respect it. I have emotions about this as well.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It's a sort of gamble I'd probably be tempted to take at this point.
Does Narcotic have the hint, the forest to Morpha hint?
No. I don't remember where the hints were, so...
There was one at the, Big Ron has the lens. VXR. You need the frog to be turned into Big Ron's eye drops to get the lens to do whatever the heck is in chess minigame. Chess minigame's not hinted, but we are completely... We have like 3 or 4 different things all pointing to this one check. As leading to the hook shot. It is quite the
bottleneck. Like, the bottleneck of bottlenecks.
This is exquisite. Yeah. And yes, no, this is, standard is 99.9% glitchless. Mm-hmm. The glitches that are allowed are basically the glitches that there is a glitchless way to do them is just annoying.
Yeah, none of the tricks is supposed to be too hard. Like, if you wanted to, you could learn them, and everyone can learn them. That's why they're included. They're just quality of life things. But, like, really difficult skips or, like... kind of goes against, like, the point of the randomizer, which is to solve the puzzles rather than just sort of skip to the end. So, various things like that
Yeah, there's a lot of things like where RBA, etc. would be a little against the point of doing a randomizer, because if you can just give yourself your items, why would I go looking for them?
It just becomes a race to give yourself the items fastest, and that isn't that exciting. So, I mean, it can be, but not in a randomizer.
Although I've very much been enjoying the Lockout Bingo, which is trying to achieve randomized goals within vanilla Ocarina of Time, which does include a lot more glitches. So that is definitely something. If you're interested in that, that is also something you can pay attention to.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've watched a few of those when they do come on, and yeah, some of the things they have to do. There's no way you're going to do them without some glitches. Some of them are crazy.
Quite a bit of stuff left for Go mode today. We have 2 hook shots, one of which is in Forest Temple. We have Orang, we have Ruda's Letter, we have Din's. Checking sheet the Sada, hey, as long as you've made your, 4th trip here? You know what, I wish I was. But...
And yeah, Demon Crusher, that's why What the Hell's Name is so amazing, because, like, no matter what,
it's accurate.
Yeah.
So accurate.
it is the randoest of rando names. Like, it just sums up what
and
Randomizer
this is a heart.
Oh, these
Yep,
hints
it's
are
definitely
glorious.
the wallet to get the lens, to do everything else. Oh my god.
I mean, the game's like I told you guys. It
Told you.
started there from the beginning. The first bit of information you ever had in this seed. It's there
Could have just 1 in 32 right away and just been fine. I don't know what the problem is.
Exactly. Could have spent the last hour and 51 minutes 1 in 32ing and possibly still
Oh
would.
gosh, Tanner, you're absolutely right. This yakety sax to this chain. I agree. This is beautiful. I think what I think is in chess game. I'm gonna say, I think it has to be the hook. I'm gonna just go with Hookshot because I think we're just running too low on stuff otherwise.
I mean,
we're
at
just
this point,
out of stuff.
We've seen like 3 or 4 items leading to the hookshot without seeing the hookshot. It can't carry on. Like, it's impossible. It's got to stop at some point.
But Din's is just... Although Din's is possible, Din's is behind Rudo's. Like, Shadow is behind Rudo's. So, we need to see Din's. You need to see Din's and Rudo's to go much further into Shadow. Yeah, if this is Din's, then if this is... Okay, why do you need the wallet to get the lens? So we're gonna have a chat after we get this item. So, what coffee and a comment? Just hold that question for a moment. Let's see what our actual item here is, because I do want to see. All right. Well, we know what that item is, right? All right. So here's our. So VSR said, "Resetting loses the frog. You need to unfreeze King Zora." All right. So without Rudo's letter, you cannot move King Zora to enter Ice Cavern to fetch the only source of blue fire in the game available without buying things. Get your lefts and rights in chat. You cannot purchase blue fire without 300 rupees, which you need 2 wallets to hold. The game assumes that you are make mistakes. And that's good because I make mistakes all the time. So as far as to be able to turn in a frog that any trade item is not the claim check, you need to be able to access a unfrozen King Zora. So that means you either have to have Rudo's letter and the ability to turn it in, or ability to purchase a bottle of blue fire. And you can't just have a bottle of blue fire, you need to be able to purchase it because the game needs to be able to account for you dumping it out.
Because the game assumes that you're totally...
The game assumes you've invented a better idiot. That explains spirit key logic. The game explains... That explains everything. So we have team right. Right?
Yep, so far.
Left. This item has to lock Rudo's. Right, left, left. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll do my best to explain things. Right, left, left, left. So, who is sharing in this bounty? Anyone? It's the Hookshot. That. So, baseball. I hope you enjoy your Hookshot.
Well, now we can go do forest and go get our long shot. That's something.
Yeah, this... Wow. Who rolled the seed?
Baseball.
Baseball.
What a surprise.
So yes, this was actually the... But, like, being able to follow this nasty logic chain in the middle of seed, again... I can follow these kind of logic chains outside of a seed very easily. Inside of a seed sometimes, but being able to do it in the middle of a seed is a sign of a really, really good runner. And that's what we're seeing here. This was a terrible logic chain. The other thing when you're following a logic chain like this is that you doubt yourself halfway through.
Oh, yeah.
You absolutely doubt yourself halfway through, and you're just thinking,
Please.
am I really, really doing this? Is this right? Am I actually an idiot?
You just keep thinking.
And then at the end, you're like, nope, I actually know 2 things. I know 2 things about this game. And I maintain this. Baseball doesn't throw curveballs. Baseball only knows 1 pitch, and it's a knuckleball. Oh, speaking of knuckleballs, hey, look, yeah, highest score. And some things about highest Goron. Highest Goron having boomerang.
Boomerang. Okay.
I see. Is that behind?
Boomerang.
Is that behind? Is that behind Hookshot? Oops AD. It is Oops AD. Wow. Yep, and that hammer is absolutely locked behind Hookshot, so yes, that is Hookshot locked.
So someone earlier was saying, what's an Oops AD?
Yes, so we have, yeah, so that is a, Forest is on the path to Morpha. We have everything we need to do water except for the long shot. Ergo, long shot. There is, the boomerang is on highest Goron. That's not how you do that. What the hell's that? Oh, yeah, sure, I guess that was what you want to do. Never mind, I didn't mean to doubt you. Yeah. This one is definitely a masterpiece of logic. Wow. All right, so what Narcottic has shown us is that the Hookshot locks the boomerang. So Baronade, so Lake Hylia to Hookshot to boomerang, to hammer in spirit to boomerang for Baronade. So that's satisfied. Now, because there's so little left that isn't behind that isn't behind the Hookshot, is probably also Ruda's letter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, boomerang is on highest Goron, and because there's a small key in front of on the lullaby chest in the front of spirit that is in, and then the hammer was 4 key locked in fire, therefore that has to be Hookshot locked.
Oh, this seed.
And I even had to break up the spirit key logic to explain why that's Hookshot locked.
Alfalfa issuing a challenge to baseball, saying he loves this kind of seeds. Bring it on. You do know what you're letting yourself in for, Alfalfa, so I won't quote any more on that. But oh yeah, gotta have that. Gotta get that happening.
And there's Rudo's letter. Wait. Oh, behind the hammer?
Yep.
Okay, done. So, the Hookshot leads to the hammer in spirit, leads to both the boomerang and the Rudo's letter. Weird. Seed is a strange terminology, but it comes from random number generation. The seed is the number you set into the random number generation to seed it, to make sure it has a new place to start. It's a technical term from how the randomization works. That's very interesting. Happy 2 hours, everybody. This has been a ride.
It really has.
Since we got to 2 hours, we're going to be seeing Narcotic Twin Peaks, and we'll be seeing a Twinrova that is probably going to be fairly pedestrian, as much as Twinrova ever is pedestrian. So, Baseball, thank you for tracking and rolling this nonsense, and Baby Shark, thank you for tracking. Thank you for commentating with me, Ginger.
No problem at all.
And also thank you to both the Cemetery who had to leave and to Trez for picking up the actual restreaming. Well, thank you everyone for watching.
And thank you very much for my Jack's joining me. It's been a very fun 2 hours picking apart this absolute
nonsense
mess.
Yeah, so as far as like why this is locked, there's a key in Compass, Trust, and Spirit. So you can skip that key and still yeah, basically that meant that inventing a better idiot thing, you can act the entire like thing that they're doing with the keys. You need to make sure you have 4 keys total before you walk through that door logically.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't get 4 keys total before walking through that door logically because there's 1 key behind that door until you had the Hookshot, because one was on Compass Chest, which requires the Hookshot to get, as T. Grenier pointed out. So therefore, the hammer, which is behind the door that requires 4 keys to get through, is locked behind the Hookshot. So anything that requires the hammer requires the Hookshot.
It's explained really well.
And also, yes, it should make your head spin hard, because it makes my head spin hard.
Considering it's a really complex topic, that was a really, really understandable way of explaining.
Thank you. I try. So let's see how deep this long shot is. Yeah, I also hope Narcottic can figure out the hook logic, because it was extremely complicated. House will probably just end up dipping fire eventually, because that hammer is pretty suspicious.
Yeah, that hammer is probably what's going to save him in terms of pushing him towards it.
But... yeah, Narcotic is probably just going to run out of gas, is the thing. Just, there isn't much else.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Jabu's foolish, so he's not going to find anything in there.
I don't hate going and just getting it done.
Lens was on Big Goron serious business, and we had to get the eyeball frog off of Bomb Tube Bowling. And also for him first. And it's an oops AD for items, as VXR points out. Yeah, which is hey, it's not a hard AD, and hey, it's not a Skull Seed, but it is still a complete and utter cock-up.
This is just beautiful. It's terrible. Narcotic does not have it, and that's a problem. The lens is on Bigoron, which is how we got this terrible, terrible chain of sadness. Yeah. He knows of the frog, yes. He has peeked it. The frog is on Bomb Tube Bowling, and he has peeked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they both did, and decided they didn't want it, which was a mistake, because they just had to...
Honestly, I do like that. Because you'll be looking at... Because if you are unaware about when you're going to want to do it, you can set up properly and then do it and not have to worry about resetting it on accident, because if you do have to do the full trade quest as opposed to just half of it, that can be a pretty big time sink.
Definitely.
Just since you know where it is, it's right in market, you can always go back and grab it pretty easily.
Oh, it's 100% the call not to do it, because like chances are you're probably not going to need it. It's just funny that it turns out that actually you did need it.
Yeah. Yeah, Dins is our last mystery. I don't think there's any... I mean, unless there's just something in CAC that, you know, coincidentally the Epona's to Hookshot to hover boots is not what we're looking at. Although, wait a minute. Opponents to hover boots. You didn't need the hovers to get the hook shot.
No.
No, you did need opponent to get the hook shot. So I'm just wondering if... Yes, you needed to get the hook shot period. You need opponent to get the hook shot period. You do need...
Oh yeah, of course. Strength 3.
Yeah. So yes, that's satisfied. Yeah, it was honestly on chess minigame. I kept on thinking like, oh, it's gonna logically there's gonna be something here that leads to our hook shot. Epona is not logically required for the trade quest. And yes, Narcotic does know about the existence of the bomb shoot about the frog at Bomb Juice. Narcotic just has to piece together the fact that all of this nonsense means that it's in chess minigame. Again, the one question I have is I don't remember if Narcotic has seen a forest to Morpha.
Kinda hope he did, because if he didn't, finding that chain of logic is going to be considerably harder. But like chat saying, what the hell's still got to go to deep fire at some point, unhinted.
Is that our long shot?
It's the long shot.
There is a long shot. Ooh, just
what a shocker!
Yeah. Yeah, logic is definitely my strength. My weakness is I'm very tired all the time, and then my execution falls off because I don't get to play very much. So I don't hate going and just finishing off Jabu, considering it is one of the forest, fire, water trio. If you do end up having something behind the Song of Time, might be helpful. So the Hookshot requires opponents to get the strength upgrade off of OGC, because there is a strength upgrade on horseback archery. OGC has your second scale, which you needed to get the wallet, which you need for logic for the trade quest to get your lens.
Oh, it's so horrible.
Why leave forest? Because forest is long and you can finish a dungeon.
Mm-hmm. And you've got Floris, so if you have to come back, you can.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's still anyone's game at this point, because Narcotic made a very strong play with just hopping into fire, following the hookshot locked hammer.
Yeah, it's definitely what's keeping him in this race. And I'd still say it's completely up in the air.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win this one?
You have a very interesting seed, and by interesting I mean terrifying.
Fun to sort of watch and commentate. Probably not so much fun to try and work out on the fly, as well as trying to be fast.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to see anything in Water Temple. I'm sure there's something that's on What the Hell's radar as far as a potential place to find the boomerang or Riro's letter. Although we know where they are, he doesn't. But they're definitely behind Hookshot. You very much need a hookshot to enter Water Temple.
Yep. Yeah, and we got those iron boots nice and early as well, so...
Okay, so listen, I'm just saying, we have the gold scale too, but... no.
But yeah, for logic, the iron boots make things a lot simpler.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fast Baronator fight there from Narcottic. Not too much problems.
It's actually getting the transitions between the phases of that fight is really the key there. It's not easy, and the timing is pretty precise. And once you do, it feels amazing.
Yeah, but if you get it even slightly wrong, then it's like, oh well, there goes 10 seconds, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Also, looks like Narcotic is catching up on some skull collection now, too.
Good thing too, because it's still only on 12, so...
And considering, like I said, 20 skulls is still very much live. Yeah. Oh, looks like Narcotic has thought about that eyeball frog. Which is good. We want to see a close race here.
Yeah, now we see if you
That'll be
can
even more excitement on top of this nonsense.
piece together the logic as quickly as what the hell's managed to.
Yep. Also, don't hate cleaning up the Hyrule Castle Ferry right now. That gets orphaned so easily.
Yeah, seen it happen way too many times where there's actually been something important on it.
Did what the hell save?
Yeah, he saved when he got the second key.
Good.
So presumably he's going to scum these if there's nothing here. Yep, there's the reset.
You can still get the frog if he save quits out of here. Looks like he's doing a little bit of skull collection. I will say this is one place where I love having chess size matches contents right here. Now having you do this particular check is awesome if you can get the peak. There you go.
You know you don't have to do that loop or do the tricky bomb clip.
Exactly. There's a couple chests where it's a real convenience, and I will never complain about having to have a little bit of help with it. So, we've only seen keys in water so far, huh?
Yep. Literally nothing interesting but keys. Keys everywhere.
And one small chest. Oh yeah, I have to go do Dragon now because no Song of Time.
Oh, yep, gonna have to do the dragon loop.
Definitely want to check. That would be why you would check everything else first, see if that has a chance of being a item. And this is the another one of those key things. The key logic in water is less intensive than the key logic in spirit, but 5 small keys are needed to enter any locked door. So to get to the big chest or to get to the Dark Link, where, yes, Dins could be in Dark Link, get to Dark Link or to get to the river. Although we can't get to the river here.
No.
Dins could be anywhere but in Shadow Temple, pretty much. Not in Shadow Temple, not on Lax.
And that's just another small key there. So...
Yep, so Dark Link is accessible without going to Morpha. Morpha is an item.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Dins can be in River Chest. Dark Link can be in Dark Link. Water BK chest was a small key. Hey, another bottle. So definitely not the bottle on Twinrova. So it definitely is Goron City Path to Twinrova has to be that strength upgrade. I'm just making like shapes with my hands, like cylindrical gold thing. Oh, but Narcotic, you need that. There you go. Go get it. You got it.
Okay, yeah, this looks promising. And yeah, Purple Rupees has got it exactly right.
Yeah, when you call a jet, but instead you get one of those like 14-seater prop planes.
The lesson is just never take anything for granted. You think it looks good, but there will be a way that it's probably one of the worst seeds you'll ever see. Just have to wait long enough.
Yeah. In this case, Burning Cack is Song of Time. It's the only one left.
That'd be so funny if Dins was just on the river.
It's loud. It just tries the 1 in 32. Behind the 1 in 32. Wait a minute. I guess we didn't count right. What? So...
I guess one of the ones we thought was a key was in a small chest.
Oh yeah. Dark Lake and River have to be items. Dark Lake and River are items, and then Central Pillar is an item.
Mm-hmm.
But Central Pillar isn't important.
Yeah, we still got a race on our hands.
Well, looks like What the Hell is heading towards... Where are we headed? Oh, okay.
From Hammer Checks.
Gonna see the letter. We're gonna see the letter from What the Hell's. We'll see what we think about that going for the boomerang, though.
Hmm.
Well, what do you got left? What does he really have left, though? Doing the rest of GTG. Doing the rest of Forest. Yeah, it's Fire, GTG, Forest.
Ooh, gotta go off and finish Forest at this point. That's,
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it totally does. But we know that... So it's just making that fire play look even more big-brained.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, I've had this, like, kind of, like, soft theory that, like, if you have a whole bunch of options and you're having trouble filtering them, pick the one that sucks the most. Because you know no one else is gonna do it first. It's like, I don't know if it's a good idea, but it certainly is an idea.
It's the sort of gamble that in a one-on-one it's sometimes worth taking, because it can really give you that edge.
And on the plus side, hey, if you're gonna last location something, at least you're not last location the thing that you hate the most.
So that is a good way of looking at it. Yeah, I can totally get behind that. Just sort of face your demons and just do the thing you want to do the least. Assume that it's fair.
Yeah.
And even then, even if it isn't, yeah, you feel bad, but at least you know that you don't have to do it ever again. That's seed.
Well, we saw 20 skulls and it's a bottle.
Yeah, just a bowl.
Which should clarify things about Goron City.
Yeah, we only found out a few minutes ago, Mr.
I wish I had that much just dexterity quick spins.
Like, it looks so easy, but the timing's...
Trez, what big game could you possibly want to watch other than this? I can't think of one.
I mean, the halftime show is probably going to be pretty lit. So, probably would be nice to get this finished before that. But hey, at least we don't have 50 and an AD for songs on top of this nonsense. So, that's something promising.
I would be deeply surprised if you could roll something that was all of these at once. Hey, look at that shiny thing. What is it? What is it?
Oh, hey,
Inspire. Well, we're gonna be in Shadow Temple. So, what the hell is gonna go clear Shadow? He's not gonna grab that bundle of arrows, which is gonna make me anxious, because having 4 arrows is a little bit anxiety-making. We are not.
No.
We are in no mode? Glow mode? Terrible portmanteau mode? Yeah, we
know what we need to do.
We know what we're doing.
But neither of these two just yet.
Yeah. Yeah, so Narcotic is going to have to make the call to keep going in forest, and what the hell is going to have to go climb fire.
Mm-hmm.
We might be here a while, everybody. What the hell is a significant lead, though, just because of having the progression done?
Yep, Spirit and Shadow will be completed, and Water. So basically,
he just has less of required things to do on top of the optional things he's going to have to do to find his boomerang.
They're basically doing this seed in reverse, kind of, from here on in, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, Narcotic is still an age change off from his Hookshot. Feels bad, though, like, almost 2.5 hours in getting your Hookshot.
Mm-hmm. Thank goodness for Prelude, because this would be...
Otherwise, this would be a miserable, unplayable seed.
Unplayable, yeah.
Yeah, this was the only pity. This is the only pity this seed took on the runners.
This is still going to come down to who does the routing better. I think it still could go either way. Although What the Hells is probably still just maintaining, as you said, through progression alone. It's got a bit of a buffer built up to go looking for this boomerang.
Yeah, I will point that out, R3D. That was very cool. This dead hand just scooting away. Oh yeah, we also get more lefts and rights, everybody. Who would like to win a Hookshot? Left, right. Right. Left. And drum roll, please. Left.
So, left, right,
Zachary Zacher,
left,
it looks
right.
like you've won a part share in a hookshot.
I bet the shipping fees on a hookshot extortionate. Weighs a ton, that thing. Shipping not included. Just mention that now.
Also, I appreciate the expression of appreciation that Narcotic had for that location.
2 hour 26 minutes. Finally got the hookshot. It feels good.
Oh yeah, that's what you really want to see. Oof. Also, Hells is just a little bit to an angle with this entire shadow thing, which makes you a little anxious.
It's like really, really cutting the corners fine, just you can get away with. More than I would be doing, because I fell down there enough times to to know my limits.
I've fallen down there enough times. That's where you get my mail forward. Oh yeah, Boomerang is on highest Goron. Honestly, Narcotic probably feels extremely behind. I'm not sure about what the Hells. Like, I think anyone feels behind having traced that stupid logic chain, but also when he traced that stupid logic chain. That's actually a really nice big chest. Given that what the Hells was that anxiety-inducing for arrows.
Very nice. No problem. Yeah, I think What the Hell's probably feeling pretty good right now. I would say you can kind of see the finish line in sight. He just knows he's got to play a bit of a casino.
Yeah, the only thing that he's gonna have to do is find that boomerang, and just has to kind of suss out where it is.
Go deep fire, which I don't know. I mean, if it's going to be in a place, that is a place that could give Narcotic more than enough chance to win this if they execute correctly and make the right decisions. So
yeah.
And What the Hell still hasn't checked 20 yet either, so Narcotic can avoid skulls at this point completely.
Yeah, thinking about Din's is in Forest second bow? Second bow. I think that's actually something that could work against Narcotic, because at this point you are 226 in, you just got your hookshot, you are anxious as heck, and you just want to move on to getting move on to more progression because you know you are behind.
Yeah, it's like finally progression. I can actually do progression, and that's just all he's going to rush for the next 15 minutes is all this progression that he's been getting frustrated not been able to do.
Honestly, this is probably the friendliest no light arrow seed I can imagine. You have literally everything. There is literally everything available. You can access your light arrows. The only time I'm ever worried about light arrows is when I don't have golds, or I don't have irons, or I don't have Song of Time, or I don't have storms. There's no bad location for lights right now. I mean, there's places you're gonna have to go and you're gonna be sad about it. I just want them to be on Shadow Trial 2 today, because I haven't seen one there in a long time, so we're just gonna go with that.
I'd totally be down for that, especially in these settings. Like, you're never going to see it almost. Unlike last season, where you would
Axel
see...
Ryman here is trying to, just play the odds here and stay behind straight 3 checks. That means literally behind the entire game.
Yeah. And what the hell's proceeding pretty smoothly through Shadow.
Yeah, as we figured, this is not going to have anything interesting except for potentially the light arrows. Although I don't want them to be there. It would be too easy. But, Shadow is awesome for watching execution because you can do all kinds of different tech with all the items you have by the time you get there. Yeah, it's very difficult to say who's in the lead at this point. What the Hells has had a significant lead on having the Hookshot, and hence the long shot. I made a good call to go deeper into Forest to get the Din's Fire, and has a significant progression lead. He's got water and almost an entire Shadow Temple over Narcotic, but Narcotic made a just dead-eye call to climb Fire Temple and found the Boomerang on the highest Goron, which, who knows? Who knows?
At this point, that could completely win this game. It really depends on what the Hells does after Shadow.
Yeah.
Because I'd say Narcotic's path maybe is a little bit clearer right now, whereas what the Hells is just going to have to do Shadow and then decide to go
do Shadow
Fire.
and make decisions.
It could choose GTG if he decides he really doesn't want to do Deep Fire, and that could be bad.
Yeah. I never really know how to wait fire.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, especially being a stone.
One of the things that would push me towards there is the fact that I gotta sometimes hit towards it. That's like the tiniest like waiting I have towards going to a place.
It's not much, but when you're in this situation where it's like, where do you go? It could be just enough to make a difference.
Back to GTG, maybe. Again, I'm still very unsure about whether Narcotic saw the forest. More of a hint because it was in South Field Grotto.
I'm pretty sure he must have, because I know he did field cleanup.
The other thing you can do is he may want to set for Roars and GTG on his way to drop through Valley to Lake, if he's already cutting through again. There's light arrows. They're just in Shadow Temple.
Okay.
We are in no mode. So... just in Shadow Temple. We just left them in Shadow Temple.
Yep, so GTG...
GTG is just nothing?
Waste of time.
Alright, so now we know everything. Longshot is in the bow chest in Forest by the push blocks. Yeah, and Din's is deeper. Yeah, just put your light arrows on the way.
I mean, yeah, that's quite nice of the scene to do that.
I won't complain about having lights on the way. Because when you're climbing to the top of... when you are climbing to the top of Gan's tower, it's like, just don't make me just go and find it and come back. Come on. Had enough of this already.
Just get there and hope you get the one where it's like, oh, it's alright, I've got them here, you can have them.
It's just like sitting in the middle of the ring of fire 2 floors down. I gotcha.
Or it's pot sanity and it's hidden in the pots in the in the bus room. Just
I really still need to try that at some point. That looks so extra in the best way.
It really does. Yeah, I still haven't tried it yet, but it's I'm gonna get round to it. I'm gonna get bold enough to just roll one and see.
Yep. Yeah, thank you for taking that baseball. I've repeated that a whole bunch, and I want to talk about Bongo instead. Which is looking like a pretty standard Bongo quick kill that should be very fast with a big ground sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gone. Perfect.
No problem at all. One of the shorter boss fights, if you can...
Yeah. The
What
spin
a
strats
cycle.
do look good if you can do them, but as I've stated, I'm no dang good at spin strats. So yeah, I go for that stab, and it's fast and consistent.
Yeah, I do a stab. Like the spin strats look swag, but like I'm just not good enough to pull
Ooh,
them
what's this
consistently.
nonsense?
Oh,
Yet
no,
another
bomb
bomb
bag.
bag.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, this feels bad for Narcotic. Going there and seeing the big chest that we know is bait.
Every big chest that it finds here is going to be bait.
Yeah.
But what the hell's still kind of got GTG on his mind potentially as well. So if this is a Bolero, then we know what the hell's probably win.
Oh, going to turn in 20.
Ah, yes, of course, yeah, because
Probably.
he's
Yep, going to turn 20, and we'll see where it goes from there.
so yeah. Narcotic's got to go forest. What the hell's has got to go fire. Whoever gets there first is probably going to win.
Yeah, Narcotic has to go to forest and stay in forest. More to the point. What's the prelude?
There is a chance can get baited out.
Oh, blacks. Yep, forest.
Okay, yep.
That makes sense.
So yeah, race still on.
Yeah, the only thing I can... Again,
I mean, Mark should know about the long shot. Like, it really should.
Yeah, Hells has what? Like, another 5 to 7 minutes through forest? He's mostly finished with it. After that point, what's your options? Your options are GTG and fire. And that's really kind of it, isn't it? Yeah, lights are deep shadow, Trez, in the right side crusher room.
Yep.
Vanilla Bosky chest.
I mean, we could see both of them basically 100% at this point. Hard avoiding their go mode.
The ring is in Fire Temple, Chimp. The deepest of fires.
Yeah, and that's literally the thing that's keeping Narcotic in this race, is that fire play. Because what the hell's really doesn't want to do deep fire, it seems. He'll complete forest before starting fire and carrying on. Which does make sense. But it does show what a big play Narcotic made.
Yeah. So, yeah. The real question is that Narcotic... The one question I have is that maybe our Narcotic will just drop Furores here and then go?
Could do, yeah.
Like, you don't... Basically, here's the thing. If he checks this, and he actually starts doing checks, we know he hasn't seen that hint.
Yeah, if he just...
Or has just, like, blanked out the existence of that hint.
Hopefully he just plays Furores. And if he starts going deeper into water, then, yeah, he's in trouble.
Please, Furores, please.
I
think maybe he just, heard me 20 minutes in the past.
Again, not having the long shot kind of means he has to... Still not that difficult, though. He's decided
I think he may or may not have an idea of what he's doing, but he also knows that it's a pain in the butt to get back here.
Mm-hmm. No serenade.
So you drop Furores while you're standing here.
That's not Furores, though. That looks like...
Nope, that's not Furores.
Going into water. Neither of these
Yeah.
runners wants to win this race.
Yeah.
They're both
Honestly,
trying to
what the hell's is doing makes perfect sense. I think, again, I'm not entirely sure if Narcotic has seen the hint or not.
Still a chance. But what the hell's is almost finished with Forest. And if he goes fire, I think it's over.
I know one of the copies of the hint was in the Open Grotto in Hyrule Field.
It's a conspiracy baseball. They've all finally had enough, so they're both working together. Like, they know where their final items are. They're just determined to throw, just to make sure that baseball gets banned from rolling seeds. It's winners bracket.
Here's kind of a long game thing you could be doing. What the hell's position? Could be thinking at this point, okay, I'm already gonna go finish Forest, then I can go clear some fire, and at that point, heck, I've got myself I've got a Serenade. That'll make Jabu faster, and if I have to go hunting in water, it'll make that faster.
I mean, it's not the worst idea.
Also,
the fact that it's actually a plausible idea is concerning, but it's not the worst idea.
I mean, if you're thinking about I have to hunt everywhere because I have no more ideas, might as well do it in an interesting order.
I mean, with the crazy item locations, like, I could totally get behind that. You just never know. You might just find something really useful. Oh, it's getting monk arrest for baseball. Like, tried your best, even without a skull seed, even without a hard AD for songs.
We ended up with this.
Baseball still manages to give us something like this.
It's beautiful.
This is high art right here. Alright, so here's the race then, basically. What the hell, Steep Fire or GTG?
Where are we headed? GTG.
Uh-oh. Okay,
we're gonna be here a little longer, everybody. Settle in, get a snack.
Race is still on.
Have some...
Sorry, baseball. I really think they are conspiring against you at this point. They're just like, let's agree to just both throw. It's winner's bracket, so, you know, okay, it's a loss, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. And we can get rid of baseball from rolling seeds forever. Stranger things have happened. I can see it. Throwing for content. Maybe they just both want. They're like, no, winners bracket's too easy. I want the pressure of knockout competition to stay sharp for the final. I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think that's what's going on here. I think what's going on here is what the heck is happening.
I mean, it kind of brings it on himself with the username like that, so...
Exactly. Good job, what the hells. You living up your name again.
It's one of those seeds where it's like, it makes you feel kind of big brain when you work out like a logic for like one item, but then you still end up casinoing for like 45 minutes. Hard last locationing your check. Yeah, if Narcotic bails at this point, that's the next sort of big decider that's going to be coming up. When he eventually gets to Forest, does he bail? Because, like, we know what the hell's is, like, not going to spend too long in GTG. Going to do the checks that he knows he's missed, and get out of there as soon as possible. And then he'll be like, well, then he's got fire and that's it. So time's really running out here. And Narcotic feeling behind might well just dip after the first one. Or he might think, I'm behind. I'll take a gamble.
I have to just have to go. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think I would probably, at this point, with having been down a hookshot that long, I would probably just be jetting, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's feeling cooler headed. Maybe he got all of his rage out with that flash of the bones of truth.
Like, now that that's out of the way, you can like actually focus on like completing the seed and working the rest of it out. Yeah.
There's actually one thing that if you want to see Narcotic do well here, you could have a little bit of a disappointment from a routing perspective. Let's see which direction he goes. Because I think the next thing he's going to see is the long shot. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Are we going to see water? Are we going to see a forest? The thing is that aside from just going and digging through water, I don't think that Narcotic has that much aside from going back into forest.
I might just decide...
not going for the check.
I don't want to come here again.
Yeah. I mean, resenting having to be here in the first place after taking forever to get your hookshot.
I mean, one thing I'd be thinking is, like, I've already had to go deep fire to find a boomerang. Like, what if there's something in deep forest as well? Just, like you say, playing for, like, the worst scenario, almost. Like...
Yeah.
Where do I really not want to do deep forest? Where is it going to be? It's almost certainly going to be in deep forest. I should probably keep going.
This is also something where the meta is probably going to help you, because you're playing What the Hells.
Oh,
if it's not someplace stupid, you've lost already.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it would have been finished by now if it was somewhere easy. I mean, if What the Hell's had just gone fire and decided deep fire, he'd probably be finished by now as well.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. It's someplace stupid.
But it is someplace really stupid, exactly.
And Narcotic knows there's a really stupid item, so he has that. And so he probably has a sense that, oh, the rest of the items are not someplace, exceptionally dumb. Once you find the seam of that hookshot.
Yeah.
All right, where are we going? Okay, we were playing Bolero.
This could be it. Yeah, this is a fire play.
All right.
So now Narcotic really has one chance, which is stay in forest. Don't just dip.
Yeah. Yeah, Narco has to do a full shadow clear, and he has to clear everything.
Mm-hmm. Still involves age changing though. Like, still, What the Hell's still going to have to do 2 age changes, but Narcotic has already done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does depend on whether Narcotic bails, and when Narcotic bails. Like, when you see this as a long shot, do you just leave?
And it'd be so hard not to, especially having waited so long for the hookshot, knowing, hopefully, that he remembered that it was in here. Oh, here we go anyway, let's find out.
Yeah.
That's an ocarina. That's not a good sign. Thinking. It's like, no, he's not playing it. He really doesn't know what to do. So he's going to Flores out of there. Back to water.
Straight to water. He's going to full clear water.
Yep. I think this is what the hell's is to lose at this point.
Mm-hmm. Very strong play, but...
Both of them hard last locationing things.
That terrible first hookshot location. Just...
Oof.
What the hell's figured it out faster, and Narcotic gave himself a really strong chance with that very good fire call. I mean, what the hell's will almost certainly go up to highest Goron, because you don't go into fire and leave if you're going to commit to clearing it.
No.
Like, at this point, you have fire in GTG.
And GTG has been a big pile of nothing the times that you have been there. And he's already dipped it twice, you don't want to dip it a third time. It's just like, yeah, whatever. Fire Temple, let's go. But, I mean,
you
he
have
would
to decide between GTG... I mean, he doesn't have anything else anywhere else to go, does he?
No, it literally is 100%ed almost everywhere else. Hard avoiding
like, what the hell doesn't have anything else? Like, he can't leave. He doesn't have anything else.
Yeah. It's like, this is it, or it's nowhere. So he's probably feeling kind of super behind, because both of
Last
them...
location feels like that, yeah.
Yeah. Like, either of them could have sort of done about 10 minutes ago if they'd made just the correct decisions, but they both managed to make... I mean, I say decisions like you're guessing, essentially. There's nothing really hinting towards it. But you made the right guesses, and sometimes they pay off and sometimes they don't. And
I would say that as far as decision-making, What the Hell's definitely had it as far as tracing on this stupid logic.
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking about, like, decision-making. As far as, like, making good gambles with, feeling behind, I think that Narcotic kept himself in this race very strongly.
Totally.
Being able to going into deep fire and finding something really essential. Knowing that hammer was hookshot locked and that you didn't have hookshot. Oh no, is that a big chest?
And Narcotic's played really strong, but obviously his execution hasn't been quite on What the Hell's level. And yet, because of the plays that he's been making, absolutely gave himself a solid chance to win this and win it quite well, which against What the Hell's is an achievement of its own.
Yeah, taking the early shot at Ice Cavern was very strong. Sorry, Narcotic is not Dins. Oh, that's awful.
It's
that's even worse. Oh, that's terrible.
That's almost Dins. It's the same shape, but not quite the right colour, unfortunately. Just a little taunt for Narcotic for making the wrong decision from the game.
Why that, though? Just a reminder, y'all, that in fact, Iron Boots are DLC. Yeah, and again, I think go moding Jabu is very fast, and a non-go mode Shadow, because white arrows are still on the table, and it's very aggressive.
Yeah.
To not go mode Shadow when you are still looking for light arrows, because you're still looking for keys anyway.
Yeah, even if you get a favourable key layout, there's still only so many checks that you're going to be willing to give up when you're looking for light arrows. So
I think you can only give what? I think you can cut out like all of a handful of checks in Shadow. Like the back room's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to get those lights, but you're gonna be doing all the checks up to there. You're missing something. their house. This was admittedly some of the stupidest logic train I've seen in any scene I have commentated, played, or watched.
Yeah, and like you were saying, that like I think this win essentially comes down to what the hell's finding that logic trail and working it out much earlier than Narcotic.
Yeah, because having that hook shot earlier is just ended up putting him in a position where, yes, he is pretty much last location with this boomerang, but he had the time to give. Like he had plenty of time to give. Like he's got about 20 minutes until he will find the boomerang before Narcotic gets to Din's. And then, even with the age changing and doing Jabu and everything, Narcotic will be about halfway through Shadow by the time he finishes. Maybe not halfway, but most of the way done with Shadow by the time he finishes Jabu. So even with, pretty much full clearing the game, he had plenty of time to give. Narcotic is going straight back into Forest, though. This is probably the stage for what the hell's happened when you're just like, please tell me I didn't walk past a check. Oh, he's doing a hammer chest first. Unfortunate. Oh, going back for river chest. Makes sense, but hey, we were talking about how it could be there. Yes, we'll be seeing our rang very shortly. It'll be not the next check that Hells does, but the one after. Okay. Well, you're all in here with me for a moment because Ginger said that his is a little bit of an internet outage, so you're all just in here with me for a moment. Narco should play the inverse, so I have time to catch up. Awesome. Great idea. So, yeah, so What the Hells is about to hit go mode when he opens this chest, and it's just gonna be a race to the finish. That's partially really had to come all the way up here, partially relief that you don't have to, you didn't actually walk past something. So while we are getting, Narcotic is going to go into Forest. Excellent. So while we are getting, Ginger's restarting his router and Narcotic's going after that Din's fire. Let's get this happy 3 hours for everybody. Hey, trackers, thank you for sticking with us this entire way when we get this nearly full house on our lovely trackers here. Thank you, Baseball. Thank you, Baby Shark. We really appreciate you. Appreciate all you do. And well, this thing automatically draws from who is in the channel with an unlocked microphone, so it does not actually put in Ginger Sunny. Let me just do that. This is just so thank you as well, Ginger Sunny. Appreciate it. There's not enough X's in that chimp. Come on. I appreciate it. So, and thank you, Baseball, for race modding and giving us another exciting seed to talk about. And thank you to both Cemetery for starting us and Trez for finishing us on the restream side. Thank you, chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on this ride with us. Oh yeah, I would love to hear the runners talk about this. Considering I had moments here. I just had like an entire journey I went on with this seed. I would love to hear what the runners felt. So. Yeah, without Prelude, this would just be unplayable, frankly. With Prelude, this is... I mean, it's still something, but with Prelude, this is... Well, it's not sponsored by your local sporting goods store. At least there's that. So, yeah, so this has been just a delight and a terror, and just everything we really want out of these seeds. Particularly since, yes, as Purple says, this is actually pretty long. The S5 seeds have been skewing rather short. I think that part of it is just matches contents. I think it's also because it is a very high play caliber, and also I think that the path hints do make this faster. They give you a little extra dimension into figuring out where, you know, basically what your paths are pointing towards. And then you can figure out things like, oh, so that's what this means a little easier. One thing it does help is that, particularly with the closed Deku, Lost Woods Path to Goma, I mean, we didn't need it today, but Path to Goma helped a lot. Helps a lot normally. Narc is looking for Dins. 3 more checks? Some Blue Po. 3 more checks. So yeah, Hells is currently fetching a fish to heal a fish. And Narcotic is going to be heading off towards Shadow Temple, which is, even though he doesn't have to do age changing, it's still a 10, that's like 13-ish minutes, even if you're going at a good speedy clip. And Jop is just a lot shorter. Though if Rudo doesn't behave, Jabu can go whatever speed it wants. Speaking of... I hope she's still on that platform. I've never seen that one. Oh yeah, baby Octo is practicing for the Rudo kidnap. Perfect. Oh good, she's still there. Alright. Because I've never actually seen that one. I was wondering if she would despawn or not. Most of the time when I get hit by the Octo, she ends up in the water. And for some reason, fish can't swim? And this is the Dins for Narcotic in this chest. She can swim, she just doesn't want to. It's an option. As far as we know, go, but... Oof, cutting into Shadow at 305 in a non-OOT seed. always a little bit scary. A very nice movement. I don't think anyone says all C's are sub 3. All C's are sub 4, I can believe. All C's are sub 3. Mm-hmm. Good luck getting a sub 4 seed when we're going to put your Hookshot in the most absurd lens logic, absurd Bigoron logic behind gauntlets. I mean, it could be sub 3 if it was a Pictionary spoiler log seed.
I think I might be back.
Wonderful! I'm so glad to have you back.
So sorry about that. I don't know what was going on.
Not a problem.
I've just reset everything and crashing cookies, and it all seems to be working fine.
Wonderful, wonderful. Glad to have you back, because we've still got half of the Jabu to go, and
Most
doing
of
stream consciousness duration
Shadow.
about a fish is just getting a little bit tiring.
I was having digs at French internet after the Marco's problems and Alexis's problems on restreams last week, and that's just karma coming back to bite me.
Yeah, it's... You think that you're safe talking crap about the French, and then they get your internet.
It's an international cyber war in the shadows. Nobody talks about it.
Alright.
So, what the hell's obviously going to be finished Jabu way before Narcotic's finished Shadow, I imagine.
Yeah, I think that Narcotic will be about halfway through Shadow by the time that What the Hells is done. There's just, 2 or 3 rooms left for What the Hell's here? Whereas Narcotic is just entering the Hover's Locked area.
Always a grim place to, when your opponent duns, you'd probably be getting close to Deep Shadow. And, pretty of a gloomy place to
find out you've lost. Yeah,
but,
given that timing, I'm pretty sure that he'll be finishing Shadow around the time What the Hell is finishing. Gonna go for a box skip. A trick I have not bothered trying to learn, but looks very cool when it gets done right, like that.
Nice. Oh yeah, I've tried to learn it, and it is pretty hard. And I spent a bit of time on it, and then decided I'll probably more consistently just stick to setting the platform down. But it does definitely save time if you get it first time. If you have to do it more than once, I think it sort of start losing time at that point. But it looks really cool, and you can pull it off.
Alkaline, some bullshit happened. Bullshit happened.
People said the same
items was not even the bullshit.
People said the same thing as you did at the start about 3 hours ago. They said, what a jet seed, it's so easy. There's not even skulls. It's not AD. What even's the point? What even is the point? And here we are 3 hours later. And What the Hell's is finally going to finish the siege pretty soon.
So that is the last medallion boss down. Unhinted Deepstone Fire for a medallion. For to get your medallion. Boomerang. Forest had required and hinted long shot, and unrequired deeper in Din's Fire. Yeah. Oh yeah, also the Hookshot, the Path to Twinrova Strength 3 that got you the gold scale, that got you Wallet, which got you off of when you unfroze King Zora a packet of arrows. Because it was just to make sure you could turn in the eyeball frog.
I think that was my favourite point of the whole seed, was the bundle
so
of arrows on King Zora.
Thank you so much, game. The gift that kept giving.
And yeah, What the Hells was just one who found those logic chains, solved them a little bit faster than Narcotic at the end of the day.
Yes, this was incredible.
And it's not like What the Hells didn't give Narcotic every opportunity to win this one by last locationing Deep Fryer as well.
Yeah, that was actually what Narcotic did to stay in this. Because Narcotic did make the call to just dive fire super early. Dove ice super early, dove fire super early. Was very aggressive with these required areas that were just less desirable.
Mm. And it would have paid off had he just guessed a little bit better towards the end, essentially.
Yeah, if he'd chased down that long shot a little fast, if he'd chased down that hook shot a little faster, I think he'd be headed towards the win right now. But again, that's not an easy chase down.
No.
I think that it was a bit of a gamble on What the Hell's side to commit to chasing down that logic when, for all he knew, it was bait, and it is bait. But also, it didn't give him the clarity he needed to know. Okay, this is where my hook shot is, and having a hook shot, like he had his hook shot a full 20 minutes before Narcotic.
Easily 20 minutes, yeah.
And that's really the difference here. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was a paradox letter, just in a really, really weird way.
Yeah, kind of paradox letter.
It was a paradox letter because the hook shot, the hook shots locked the hammer, locked the Ruda's letter.
Yeah, this seed is spectacularly bad, and by bad I mean good, obviously.
This is utterly incredible. I'm glad I was here to witness this.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic of how to be a troll seed without being a 50 skulls AD nightmare.
Yeah. Never call a jet until you've hit .done. Thank you, baseball. I try to be here for logic.
I mean, yeah, your reading of this seed was on a par with What the Hell's, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, Hylia to Baronade is a wallet. Is wallet 2. Kakariko to Baronade. Kakariko to Bongo is Epona. And Force Temple to Morpha is a Hookshot. BS. I don't think I have to have a BS because the entire seed is the BS.
Yeah, exactly.
BS. Yes.
It's from start to finish.
There you go. That's your BS.
The question is What the Hell's going to save baseball's career as a race monitor or not? I haven't been following, so I don't know how far away the halftime show is, whether Trez is going to miss it.
Alright, and we are through Ganondorf and on to Ganon.
Oh, okay, yeah, baseball should be fine.
Oh yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Plenty of time.
This is what the hell's happened. We're just heading into Ganon. We will be seeing a dead pig very shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Now watch as as if by magic, this hammer transforms into the Master Sword. No, this is an animation thing that happens in the Ganon fight if you walk in with the hammer pulled out.
It's like, wait a minute.
That was a hammer before you hit it. He hits the hammer so hard it turns into a sword.
That's some skilled blacksmithery.
Swords of turning things into other swords.
Yeah, that's a pretty useful skill for a sword to have, like a magical sword.
Yeah, magical sword that turns swords into other swords. I like this. I like this idea a lot. So now we're going to be picking up the Master Sword. We've got there's a few more strikes to the tail, and we will be wrapping up this thing. Lights weren't bad. They were in a Shadow Boss key chest next to a required arrow. Or required key. You're about to see them. We're wrapping up this thing in one more sword strike.
The final piece of polish on an absolutely unpolishably bad seed. The finishing touch. GG.
So, GG, what the hell?
Oh, thanks.
So, how is this for non-skulls, non-hard AD? Lots of go everywhere anyway. Seed.
Oh, good thing there's 20 minutes before the interview to kind of cool off. Because I can't believe that happened. I can't believe once you realize, like, is it really happening? The meme of all memes. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So, when you were investing the time in that, like, were you expecting something to pay out? Like, what was your kind of like emotions going? What were you going through? Is like every step of that you went through, you were getting the next chain and the next chain and the next chain.
Well, there was just so much like happening with all the hints kind of potentially being connected and also not because you don't have all the information. So you keep thinking, well, what if this is happening, but then what if it's not? And it's like, oh, it was almost really cool, but it's not. Then it just kept going, and once I got arrows on King Zora, I was like, wait a minute, how? Like, what is happening? Because I didn't shoot the sun at that point because I thought I was so focused on wanting a hook shot and all. So I thought, yeah, maybe it could be boomerang on the sun, but I was really focused on the rest. I thought maybe I could be wrong and it was just boomerang on the sun and that's it. And it's just like this crazy coincidence that everything is in a chain. But then I remember that I thought about Big Goron at some point. And then once I did King Zora, I was so flabbergasted that it wasn't that. Then I thought, okay, I'm just going to go to Spirit, whatever, and think. I'm just going to go see if I can go up without the hookshot, which I could. And then that's when I thought, okay, well, I guess I'm going for it at this point. I didn't have that many other checks. Then I found the hammer, but that was also hookshot lock. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to jump into Fire Temple. But
Yeah, well,
I think my only other checks were
Temple?
Wasteland. Yeah.
Narcotic, who's just joined us. Welcome, Narcotic. GG.
Oh,
Hello.
GG's Narcotic.
Yeah. So yeah, that hookshot was kind of what we were discussing.
But I thought, I think I had the 20 skulls and Wasteland, if it wasn't the Big Goron at that point. And then I was trying to think, I was so panicked. I was like, there's no way it's the bottle for 20 skulls. But then I was really freaking out at that point. I was trying, there's no way, right? I have a bomb bag and a boat, there's no way. And then I thought, well, I'm just going for it. And then once I shot the sun, at that point, well, that really confirmed that, okay, I'm not doing this for nothing at this point. There's no way it's anything else.
Yes, that's why you walked out to go shoot the sun. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to really, because if all of a sudden that's the boomerang, then, I mean, maybe my checks were so low anyway that I probably still would have just went for it, since I only had 20 in Wasteland, but it would have felt bad.
Yeah.
Because there was still the chance that it doesn't have to be there. But after the sun, it was just like, okay, at least I'm not doing this for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I figured that one out because it was the Goron City to Twinrova with being able to access 3 strengths.
Yeah.
that had to be your hook shot.
Yeah, once I found the strength 3, I thought, okay, then there's something in OGC for sure. And then the gold scale that leads back to the lake. It's like, there's no way this is happening right now. And then the wallet, because everything, I didn't only had that one bottle. I didn't know there was a bottle in 20 skulls.
Yeah.
So there's like so many things. There's a scale in CAC, but there's a wallet in CAC, and there's Eponas in CAC. And then there's a bottle and a strength in Goron City. And then you find a strength locked by opponent. So you just had all this stuff to add in your head.
Yeah, Narcotic. So it took you a while to figure that out because it took us all a while to figure out the logic for Hookshot. What was your thought process with going to fire?
Totally. Well, I was so tilted in this seat, so I was just doing checks after I lost the cause in ZR. And I don't know what to say about it actually. My execution was awful. All the speed. That was, and I was still for 2 hours and a half. So yeah.
No, the actually choosing to go to fire as early as you did kept you in the seed pretty much the whole way. You had the boomerang very early.
Yeah, I was scared of that because I couldn't. At the end, when I was just looking for the boomerang, I hated both options. Like, I was scared of if Narcotic did hookless GTG, and I was scared if he did fire, even though Hookshot couldn't be there. I was scared, well, maybe he just says fuck it with the hammer and he goes for it. Like, just kind of to look for checks, kind of just. So I really couldn't pick. I hated both options. Like, even when I found the boomerang, I was like, ugh, I'm not too sure about this one. But yeah, damn.
Yeah, and having to go back into forest for Din's fire, fun.
Yeah, at that point, I was thinking I'm not gonna cross right back. I knew there was a good chunk of items still left in forest, and I had Faros there, so I thought I'll just go back there. Definitely was happy to find out Din's because I thought maybe it's over in Boomerangs and Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was lights. I mean, I'll take lights, but
yeah, we'll take lights. Lights were good.
Because I was trying to make sure I didn't mess up where the spirit keys were. Because I also screwed up and I forgot to do the map chest the first time. So I couldn't find the spirit boss key. And then that kind of screwed me and I was trying to remember, wait, is the hammer hookshot locked? But then once I found Ruda's letter, DMC fairy, then I knew, okay, even though maybe I don't remember where the keys were, like there's no way it's not hook locked because otherwise the wallet wouldn't be path to whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah, because wallet path to hookshot pass to Baronade. Awful. Yeah, so yeah, TJ and chat, why go back for basement when you had GTG and fire open?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It was kind of just to pick your poison at that point. I have Furrow's Wind there. Yeah, I could decide to go to fire, but then maybe I do all of fire and it's not there. Like GTG, I think it was, I wasn't sure exactly the amount of keys, but I knew it was like between 5 and 7 checks. And because, like I said, I was scared that maybe he did hookshot less GTG, I wasn't 100% sure I wanted to do that. So
the moment when I failed my Power Wind, I Power Wind back in spirit.
Yeah.
From where?
From GTG.
Oh shit! Okay.
Trying to set furores and accidentally used furores. Yeah. So
I wouldn't have done
the
GTG anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So much was behind that hook shot.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like to do hookshotless GTG because, especially today, since we had I mean, a lot of the hints kind of pointed towards stuff, so you knew like as soon as you find the hookshot, things might be a little straightforward. So I didn't want to commit to that. But then when it's the boomerang, it can be anywhere, so I was kind of scared it could Maybe Narcotic found that early.
Yeah. Do you normally do hookshotless GTG Narcotic? Is that something you like doing? Something you're neutral about?
What? Sorry?
Oh, your opinions on hookshotless GTG?
Oh, usually I did it, but there the Hookshot was locking everything from me, and it wasn't a good idea in this seat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I think I agree, considering how deep that hookshot was, and considering you had that direct knowledge of where the second hookshot had to be.
Yeah,
And that
Yeah.
it was hookshot locked.
That the long shot is behind the hookshot in GTG is so low.
Yeah, and that we knew one of lead or a boomerang was also hookshot locked. It's so funny that they were, but just because of a spirit key, like they were just randomly there.
Very key logic. As always, coming back. But yeah, this was a amazing seed. So, any questions from you, Ren, about this seed? Anything you'd like to know from us?
Did you really just call this an amazing seed?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
amazing is. I mean, some things are amazing, like, forces of nature, natural
Yeah.
disasters,
Yeah,
hurricanes.
it's amazing as seeing a kid trip on ice.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
It is. It was impressive. You have to give it that.
It's
That's
amazing. Every item was required. Every single side quest item was required. It's crazy. I've never seen that.
I don't think you could plan to a seed like this.
With the
'Cause you
spawn
planned
in the
to-
lens minigame. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah, if you plandoed it, you would give the joke away.
Yeah, it's too good.
Yeah. There's no way you could plando this because everyone would just get it immediately.
But you have to do it, and you need specifically these path hints to make it as crazy as it was. Like the path hints could have been different, and it would have made it more obvious. But no, it had to be like the wallet, and the strength
wallet,
in
the
Goron
strength.
City. Come
Yeah.
on. And they had to put a random bottle in Goron City just so you think.
Yeah, and the horse to bongo to the hover boot, showing you that yes, it did have to lock both of your hook shots in some way. You did need a Pona to get to the hook shots.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just awful.
I think I crossed the Hylia 5 times as adult. I think it was
also
5.
we can talk about that. The fact that this was the OT is Serenade. That's so
Yeah.
that's so baby. Cross has to ride the horse 5 times. Thanks, chat.
It felt so stupid. What am I doing here?
This really wanted you to go to lake. God.
All right then. One thing I have to say. So I threatened baseball to be banned if I missed the halftime show because of the seed, and we managed to be done with 40 seconds on the clock on the second quarter. So good job, baseball.
Good job, runners.
Good job, runners. We barely made it, but yeah. Big GG to What the Hell and to Narcotic. And also a big shout out to Jax, to Ginger Sonny, whose internet sadly dropped out again, and to Baseball, and also to Baby Shark, our 4 volunteers, and to Cemetery, who did the restream, or got the restream going initially. And now it's 2 a.m. and I want to go to bed and finish Super Bowl. So, anybody has anything to say? Do it now.
Thank you again for restreaming, Tress.
Thanks, everyone. Good luck, Narcotic, in your next match.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
All right. Take it easy, everybody. Enjoy your night. See you tomorrow. And that's it for now. Bye-bye.